Tonight, we're going to explore one of the greatest rivalries in modern basketball history. The Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers met in 4 straight NBA Finals, creating an unforgettable clash of styles, stars, and legacies. This is the story of that rivalry, from its beginning in 2015 to its climactic end in 2018. Welcome to Sleepy Sports, where you fall asleep to the greatest moments in sports history. In the 2014 to 2015 NBA regular season, the Golden State Warriors emerged as a transformative force in basketball. The team welcomed new head coach Steve Kerr, who replaced Mark Jackson, and he brought a fresh approach that emphasized motion offense. This new style prioritized ball movement, spacing, and an aggressive three-point shooting attack. With this system, the Warriors quickly became a league-wide sensation. Stephen Curry, in particular, flourished under Kerr's guidance. He averaged 23.8 points per game, showcasing his exceptional shooting range and playmaking ability. His performance earned him the league's Most Valuable Player award, marking the first time in franchise history a player received this honor. The Warriors finished the season with a stunning 67 wins and 15 losses, capturing the best record in the NBA. This achievement was not merely a product of individual talent, it was a collective effort rooted in teamwork. Klay Thompson delivered one of the most memorable performances in NBA history on January 23, 2015, when he scored 37 points in a single quarter against the Sacramento Kings. This remarkable feat included an astounding 13 three-pointers, setting a new record for the most points in a quarter. Thompson's explosive scoring ability became a crucial weapon for the Warriors, complementing Curry's playmaking. Draymond Green emerged as a versatile force, playing a pivotal role in the Warriors' success. He became a key starter and was recognized as a candidate for the Defensive Player of the Year award. Green's ability to guard multiple positions combined with his sharp passing and leadership on the court anchored the team's defensive identity. The Warriors ranked first in defensive efficiency and second in offensive rating during the regular season, showcasing a balanced approach that was rare in the league. The team's new identity centered around pace, space, and elite defense. The Warriors often played at a frenetic pace, pushing the ball up the court and looking for quick scoring opportunities. This style not only thrilled fans but also created mismatches against slower defenses. The combination of Curry's shooting, Thompson's scoring, and Green's defensive prowess allowed the Warriors to dominate many of their opponents. They established long winning streaks and secured multiple milestone victories throughout the season, laying a strong foundation for their championship aspirations. As the regular season progressed, the Warriors continued to build momentum, solidifying their reputation as a formidable contender. Their approach to the game revolutionized how teams structured their offenses, with an emphasis on three-point shooting and a fluid ball movement that became the envy of the league. The 2014 to 2015 season was not just a successful campaign for the Warriors. It was the beginning of a new era in basketball, one that would change the landscape of the NBA for years to come. In the 2014 to 2015 NBA season, the Cleveland Cavaliers experienced a remarkable transformation, largely driven by the return of LeBron James. After 4 successful years in Miami, LeBron announced his homecoming to Cleveland on July 11, 2014. This decision electrified the fan base and set the stage for a new era of Cavaliers basketball. To complement LeBron, the Cavaliers orchestrated a blockbuster trade that sent Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett to the Minnesota Timberwolves in exchange for Kevin Love. Love, a versatile power forward known for his rebounding and outside shooting, was expected to form a formidable trio alongside LeBron and point guard Kyrie Irving. However, the early part of the season was marked by struggles, as the Cavaliers attempted to build chemistry. By January, the team found itself under .500, with a record of 19-20. The integration of three high-profile players was proving to be a challenge, and the coaching staff, led by David Blatt, faced scrutiny as the team struggled to find a consistent rhythm. LeBron's leadership was essential during this period, but the team's performance did not reflect the immense talent on the roster. In mid-January, the Cavaliers made significant moves to bolster their roster by acquiring J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert from the New York Knicks, along with Timothy Mozgov from the Denver Nuggets. These additions brought not only depth but also defensive tenacity, which the Cavaliers desperately needed. Smith's shooting ability and Shumpert's perimeter defense provided crucial support to the starting unit. With these new pieces, the Cavaliers began to find their footing, and their performance significantly improved. The Cavaliers went on a remarkable run, finishing the season strong, with a record of 34 wins and 9 losses over their final 43 games. Kyrie Irving emerged as a key player, averaging 21.7 points per game, showcasing his scoring ability and playmaking skills. Kevin Love also found his place in the system, contributing 16.4 points and 9.7 rebounds per game. LeBron continued to be the driving force, averaging over 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists for the season. By the end of the regular season, the Cavaliers had secured a 53-29 record, earning the second seed in the Eastern Conference. This resurgence positioned them as serious contenders in the playoffs. The team's chemistry had grown significantly, and the big three of LeBron, Kyrie, and Love had begun to click just in time for the postseason. The Cavaliers were ready to embrace the challenge of the playoffs, driven by the hope of bringing a championship to Cleveland. In the 1915 NBA playoffs, the Golden State Warriors showcased their dominance in the Western Conference, making a powerful statement as they pursued their first championship in 40 years. In the first round, the Warriors faced the New Orleans Pelicans. The series opened with a commanding performance, as the Warriors won Game 1 by a score of 104-73. Stephen Curry led the charge, scoring 25 points and dishing out 7 assists. The Warriors continued their momentum, winning Game 2 115-100, with Curry and Klay Thompson combining for 53 points. In Game 3, the Pelicans fought back, with Anthony Davis scoring 32 points. However, Curry delivered a game-tying three-pointer in the closing moments, leading to a thrilling overtime victory for the Warriors, 110-100. The Warriors completed the sweep with a 116-97 win in Game 4, showcasing their depth and balance, with Curry averaging over 30 points per game throughout the series. Moving into the second round, the Warriors faced a tougher challenge against the Memphis Grizzlies. The series started with the Warriors dropping Game 1, 85-94, as the Grizzlies' defense, led by Tony Allen, stifled Curry's offensive rhythm. The Warriors bounced back in Game 2, winning 105-93, as Curry erupted for 34 points. However, the Grizzlies responded strongly, taking a 2-1 series lead after winning Game 3, 90-80. The Warriors found themselves in a precarious position, but adjusted their strategy. In Game 4, they regained their footing, winning 114-99, with Draymond Green playing a pivotal role, scoring 22 points and grabbing 10 rebounds. The series shifted back to Memphis for Game 5, where the Warriors faced a hostile crowd. Despite this, the Warriors pulled off a gritty victory, 101-98, with Curry contributing 28 points. The Warriors closed out the series in Game 6 with a decisive 108-93 win, showcasing their resilience and adaptability. The Warriors then advanced to the Western Conference Finals, where they faced the Houston Rockets, led by MVP candidate James Harden. The series opened with the Warriors winning Game 1, 120 to 110, as Curry scored 34 points and handed out 5 assists. Game 2 saw a similar result, with the Warriors winning 104 to 95. The Rockets came back to win Game 3, taking the game 118 to 116, with Harden scoring 33 points. However, the Warriors responded with a commanding Game 4 victory, winning 121 to 92. Curry was in top form, averaging over 31 points per game in the series. The Warriors closed out the series in Game 5 with a 121 to 100 victory, solidifying their place in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1975. Andre Iguodala's versatility and defense stood out throughout the series, as the Warriors demonstrated their balance and depth, setting the stage for a championship showdown. In the 1915 Eastern Conference playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced significant adversity as they sought to make their mark. The opening round against the Boston Celtics was a challenging test. In Game 4, the Cavaliers lost Kevin Love to a dislocated shoulder, an injury that would sideline him for the remainder of the playoffs. His absence was a devastating blow, as Love had been a pivotal figure in the Cavaliers' lineup. Despite this setback, the Cavaliers rallied. LeBron James stepped up, delivering a masterclass performance against the Celtics. The series concluded with the Cavaliers winning in 6 games, securing a decisive victory in Game 6, 104 to 92. LeBron led the way, scoring 33 points and grabbing 10 rebounds, showcasing his ability to carry the team. As the Cavaliers advanced to the second round, they faced the Chicago Bulls. The series was a hard-fought battle, with both teams exchanging blows. In Game 4, with the series tied at 2 games apiece, LeBron delivered a moment that would be etched in playoff history. With time winding down, he hit a dramatic buzzer beater to win the game, pushing the Cavaliers ahead in the series. Ultimately, the Cavaliers triumphed in 6 games, winning the series 4-2. LeBron's performance throughout was nothing short of spectacular, averaging 33 points, 11 rebounds and 9 assists per game in the series, but the toll of carrying the team was evident. Kyrie Irving struggled with knee tendinitis during this stretch, limiting his effectiveness and forcing him to miss key minutes. However, Matthew Dellavedova emerged as a vital contributor, particularly on the defensive end. His gritty style earned him headlines, especially in matchups against Derrick Rose and Jeff Teague. Dellavedova's relentless pressure helped disrupt opposing offenses, allowing the Cavaliers to maintain their defensive identity even in Love's absence. The Cavaliers' momentum continued into the Eastern Conference Finals against the Atlanta Hawks, who boasted a 60-win record during the regular season. The Cavaliers showcased their depth and resilience, sweeping the Hawks in 4 games. They dominated Game 2 with a record-setting 25 three-pointers made, a testament to their offensive prowess. In Game 4, they closed out the series with a 133-100 win, as LeBron continued to shine, averaging a remarkable 32 points, 11 rebounds and 9 assists throughout the series. As the playoffs progressed, LeBron James carried an immense burden, and his leadership was pivotal. He consistently elevated his game, guiding the Cavaliers through adversity and uncertainty. With the Cavaliers' sweep of the Hawks, they secured their place in the NBA Finals for the first time since 2007. This return was not just a personal achievement for LeBron, but a significant moment for the franchise and its long-suffering fans. The Cavaliers had proven their resilience and determination, setting the stage for a monumental showdown in the finals. In the 1915 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers faced off in a highly anticipated matchup that would set the tone for their rivalry. Game 1 was a tightly contested affair, marked by intense play and dramatic swings. The Warriors ultimately emerged victorious, winning 108-100 in overtime. Stephen Curry led the Warriors with 24 points, but the game was overshadowed by a significant injury. In the closing minutes of regulation, Kyrie Irving suffered a knee injury that would force him to miss the remainder of the finals. His absence would be felt deeply by the Cavaliers, who relied heavily on his scoring and playmaking. LeBron James had a near triple-double performance, finishing with 41 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. However, J.R. Smith struggled offensively, shooting just 2 of 8 from the field. The game was a testament to the Warriors' resilience, but it came at a steep price for the Cavaliers. As the series shifted to Game 2 in Oakland, the Cavaliers found themselves in a must-win situation. The stakes were high, and the tension palpable. In a thrilling contest that echoed the first game, the Cavaliers managed to steal a victory, winning 95-93 in another overtime thriller. Matthew Dellavedova emerged as a key figure, stepping up with a standout defensive performance against Curry, holding him to a mere 5 of 23 shooting from the field. LeBron once again showcased his brilliance, contributing 39 points, 16 rebounds, and 11 assists. The Cavaliers played a gritty, slow-paced style that disrupted the Warriors' rhythm, forcing them into uncomfortable shots. This victory not only leveled the series, but also instilled a sense of belief within the Cavaliers' ranks. Game 3 took place in Cleveland, where the atmosphere was electric, and the fans were eager to witness their team seize control of the series. The Cavaliers delivered a commanding performance, winning 96-91 and taking a 2-1 series lead. LeBron James was nothing short of spectacular, scoring over 40 points for the second time in the finals, finishing with 42 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Cavaliers played with confidence and intensity, capitalizing on the home court advantage. The Warriors, despite having the best regular season record, struggled offensively, unable to find their rhythm against Cleveland's disciplined defense. The Cavaliers' ability to control the tempo and impose their style of play had become a defining factor in the series, leaving the Warriors searching for answers as they headed into Game 4. From June 10th to June 16th, 2015, the NBA Finals shifted dramatically as the Golden State Warriors made critical adjustments that would ultimately lead them to victory. In Game 4, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr decided to insert Andre Iguodala into the starting lineup, opting for a smaller, more agile approach to counter the Cleveland Cavaliers' physical play. This decision proved pivotal. The Warriors dominated the game, winning 103-82. Iguodala's impact was immediate, as he provided a defensive presence against LeBron James, while also helping to facilitate the Warriors' ball movement on offense. Stephen Curry, who had struggled in the previous games, began to find his rhythm, contributing a solid performance that marked the beginning of his resurgence. As the series continued to Game 5, the Warriors were now brimming with confidence. They secured a crucial win, defeating the Cavaliers 104-91. Stephen Curry showcased his scoring prowess, finishing with 37 points. His late-game brilliance was a highlight, as he hit several critical shots that kept the Cavaliers at bay. The Warriors' defense, bolstered by Iguodala's versatility, effectively stifled Cleveland's offense, forcing LeBron James into tougher shots and limiting the effectiveness of the rest of the Cavaliers' supporting cast. This victory not only put the Warriors ahead 3-2 in the series, but also reaffirmed their belief in their system and approach. Game 6 unfolded in Cleveland, where the Warriors had a chance to clinch the championship. The atmosphere was electric, with Cavaliers fans hoping for a miracle to force a Game 7. However, the Warriors maintained their composure and executed their game plan effectively. They clinched the title with a 105-97 victory. LeBron James delivered a strong performance, but the Warriors' defensive schemes led by Iguodala were instrumental in containing him. Iguodala's contributions on both ends of the floor were undeniable, as he finished the series averaging 16.3 points per game, while also playing elite defense on the Finals MVP frontrunner. With this victory, the Golden State Warriors secured their first NBA championship in 40 years, marking the beginning of a new era in basketball. The culmination of the series not only highlighted the Warriors' resilience and strategic adjustments, but also the emergence of a dynasty that would dominate the league for years to come. In the summer of 2015, the Cleveland Cavaliers found themselves at a crossroads. Fresh off a heartbreaking defeat in the NBA Finals, they regrouped with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. General Manager David Griffin and the front office made it clear that this was not a moment for complacency. The mission was clear. They were going to pursue a championship. Kevin Love, a crucial piece of their core, re-signed with the team for 5 years at $113 million. His commitment was vital, signaling that he believed in the Cavaliers' vision to reclaim the title. Tristan Thompson also secured a long-term deal, signing for 5 years at $82 million after a prolonged holdout. Thompson's role as a defensive anchor and rebounding specialist was essential to the Cavaliers' success, and his return solidified the front court. LeBron James, the heart and soul of the franchise, signed a 2-year deal with a player option. LeBron's leadership and experience would be instrumental as the Cavaliers sought to overcome the disappointment of the previous season. In addition to retaining their core, the Cavaliers added veteran presence by bringing back Mo Williams. Williams had previously played a significant role in Cleveland and was seen as a stabilizing force who could provide scoring and leadership off the bench. The roster was taking shape, and the Cavaliers were preparing to enter the new season with a deep and versatile lineup. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving focused on his recovery from the fractured kneecap that had sidelined him during the finals. Kyrie's rehabilitation process was painstaking, but he was determined to return to form. His scoring ability and playmaking were vital to the Cavaliers' success, and his dedication during the off-season workouts impressed the coaching staff. The team rallied around the idea of unfinished business. They were no longer satisfied with merely competing. They were intent on avenging their previous loss and capturing the elusive championship. As the off-season progressed, whispers of the Cavaliers' goals began to circulate. The atmosphere in Cleveland was charged with anticipation, and the players were aware of the expectations that came with their newfound resolve. They were determined to not only return to the finals but to win it all. The Cavaliers entered the upcoming season with a clear mindset. They had tasted the bitterness of defeat, and it fueled their desire for redemption. With a blend of youthful energy and veteran experience, the Cavaliers were poised to take on the challenges ahead, ready to pursue their championship dreams with a renewed focus and intensity. From October to December of 2015, the Golden State Warriors embarked on a remarkable journey, establishing the best start to an NBA season in history, with a stunning 24-0 record. Under the guidance of head coach Steve Kerr, the team demonstrated an extraordinary blend of offensive firepower and defensive tenacity. Stephen Curry emerged as the centerpiece of this success, showcasing his shooting prowess by scoring 53 points in a game against the New Orleans Pelicans on November 27. Just a few games later, he dropped 51 points against the Washington Wizards on December 3, leaving fans and analysts alike in awe of his ability to create shots from virtually anywhere on the court. As the Warriors continued their undefeated streak, their chemistry became evident. Ball movement was a hallmark of their play, with players frequently finding open looks from beyond the arc. Draymond Green, an essential cog in the Warriors' machine, averaged close to a triple-double during this period, contributing not only defensively, but also playmaking at an elite level. The depth of the roster shone through as well, with Festus Ezeli and Harrison Barnes stepping up to provide valuable minutes, bolstering the team's efforts on both ends of the floor. The spotlight intensified as the Warriors approached their Christmas Day showdown against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a rematch of the previous finals. The atmosphere in Cleveland was electric, with fans eager to see how the two teams would match up again. The game was physical and intense, reflecting the rivalry that had quickly developed between the two franchises. In a tightly contested battle, the Warriors emerged victorious, winning 89-83. Curry struggled to find his rhythm, scoring only 20 points, but the collective effort from the team and Green's defensive presence helped secure the win. As the season progressed, the Warriors maintained their dominance, starting the season with a 36-2 record, all while facing mounting pressure to defend their title. Each game was scrutinized by the media, as narratives of their historic pace and quest for greatness permeated discussions across sports platforms. The Warriors not only continued to showcase their high-octane offense, but also reinforced their identity as one of the best defensive teams in the league. Their ability to overwhelm opponents with fast starts and relentless pressure became a defining feature of their play, solidifying their status as the team to beat in the league. From October to January of 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers began the season with promise, but soon found themselves mired in inconsistency. Their record was strong at 30 wins and 11 losses, yet the internal dynamics hinted at deeper issues. LeBron James, the team's leader and perennial superstar, struggled with the uneasy relationship he had with head coach David Blatt. LeBron's desire for greater input and influence over the team's direction clashed with Blatt's coaching style, creating a palpable tension that loomed over the locker room. Kyrie Irving's return from injury was a critical factor for the Cavaliers. He made his season debut in late December, coming back from a fractured kneecap, but his minutes were limited as he gradually found his rhythm. Despite this, the Cavaliers managed to stay competitive, with LeBron carrying much of the load. He averaged around 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, showcasing his ability to elevate his teammates, even when the chemistry wasn't quite right. As the season progressed, the Cavaliers' struggles became more pronounced. LeBron's frustration grew, and his public comments reflected his discontent with the coaching staff and the need for a more cohesive unit. This mounting pressure reached a tipping point in January, when the Cavaliers were sitting at 30 wins and 11 losses. The organization decided to part ways with Blatt, citing the need for a fresh perspective. Tyronn Lue, a former player and assistant coach, was promoted to head coach, tasked with steering the ship during this turbulent period. Lue's promotion brought a renewed sense of hope. LeBron publicly supported Lue, emphasizing the need for accountability and a shift in approach. Under Lue, the Cavaliers adopted a more isolation-heavy offense that played to LeBron's strengths, allowing him to dictate the pace and flow of the game. The team began to rally, finding a more unified front as they adjusted to their new coach's strategies and philosophies. As January unfolded, the Cavaliers found their footing, finishing the month with a record of 35 wins and 12 losses. The chemistry began to improve, with players adapting to their roles within the updated system. Kyrie became more assertive, contributing significantly as he worked back into form. LeBron's leadership was instrumental in guiding the team through these adjustments, and the Cavaliers appeared to be regaining their momentum as they headed toward the All-Star break. From January through April of 2016, the Golden State Warriors continued their relentless pursuit of the NBA's all-time wins record, a goal that loomed large over the season. They played with a focus that was palpable, finishing the final 43 games with an impressive record of 39 wins and just 4 losses. Stephen Curry was at the center of this historic campaign, showcasing his shooting prowess and playmaking ability. He finished the season averaging 30.1 points per game, shooting an astonishing 45.4% from beyond the arc. His performance solidified his status as the league's most valuable player for the second consecutive year. One of the season's most thrilling moments came on February 27th against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game was tightly contested, with both teams exchanging blows throughout. With just seconds remaining, Curry received the ball beyond the arc, near the center court. In a moment that would be etched into NBA lore, he launched a 38-foot three-pointer that swished through the net, sealing a dramatic victory and sending shockwaves through the league. The Warriors won the game 120-111, and the spectacle of Curry's shot added to the growing narrative of their historic season. As the weeks progressed, the Warriors continued to rack up victories, further establishing themselves as a team of destiny. Klay Thompson had a particularly memorable game on December 26th against the Indiana Pacers, where he scored 60 points in just 29 minutes of play. His incredible shooting display included hitting an astounding 8 three-pointers, demonstrating the depth of talent on the Warriors roster. Draymond Green also played a crucial role, recording 13 triple-doubles throughout the season, showcasing his versatility and defensive prowess. By the time the regular season was drawing to a close, the Warriors were on the brink of history. The anticipation surrounding their quest to surpass the legendary 1,072 wins set by the Chicago Bulls in 1996 was palpable. Each game carried an air of significance, and the Warriors responded to the pressure with poise. They entered the final game of the regular season against the Memphis Grizzlies, with a record of 72 wins and 9 losses, needing just one more victory to claim the record outright. On April 13th, the Warriors took the court at the Oracle Arena, fully aware of the stakes. They played with a sense of urgency and determination, defeating the Grizzlies 125-104. The victory not only solidified their place in history, but also showcased their commitment to a style of play that emphasized ball movement, defensive intensity, and three-point shooting. As the final buzzer sounded, the Warriors celebrated their historic achievement, finishing the regular season with a record of 73 wins and 9 losses. The accomplishment marked a significant milestone in the NBA, setting the tone for the postseason and further intensifying the narrative surrounding the Warriors and their championship aspirations. From February through the end of the 2015-16 season, the Cleveland Cavaliers began to find their rhythm under head coach Tyronn Lue. Following a rocky start, the team started to coalesce, with Kyrie Irving showcasing his scoring ability and contributing significantly to the team's success. After returning from injury, Irving averaged 19.6 points per game in the stretch run, demonstrating his importance to the Cavaliers' offensive flow. His ability to create shots and space on the floor allowed LeBron James to operate more freely, which was crucial as the team prepared for the playoffs. Kevin Love also found his groove during this period, fitting seamlessly into Lue's system. Love had an impressive streak where he scored over 20 points in 9 consecutive games, showcasing his ability to stretch the floor and score from both inside and outside. His rebounding and ability to score in the post added another dimension to the Cavaliers' offense, making them a more formidable opponent as the playoffs approached. The chemistry between Love and Irving improved noticeably, leading to better ball movement and open looks. LeBron James, as always, played a pivotal role in the team's success. He took a few games off in March to manage his workload, a strategic move that allowed him to conserve energy for the playoffs. Even while resting, LeBron remained focused on leading the team, encouraging his teammates to step up and contribute. His leadership was vital as the Cavaliers navigated through the final stretch of the season. The Cavaliers' performance surged as they won 10 of their last 12 games, including a significant victory over the Atlanta Hawks, where they won by a staggering 31 points. This late-season run solidified their position in the Eastern Conference and built momentum heading into the postseason. The Cavaliers' defense also improved, with players like Channing Frye becoming key contributors off the bench. Frye's ability to space the floor and hit three-pointers added depth to the rotation, allowing Louis to implement varied lineups that kept opponents guessing. As the regular season concluded, the Cavaliers finished with a record of 57 wins and 25 losses, securing the top seed in the Eastern Conference. This achievement was a testament to their resilience and the adjustments made under Louis' leadership. The team's chemistry was palpable, with players understanding their roles and embracing the collective goal of winning a championship. The Cavaliers were poised and ready, having weathered challenges and emerging stronger as they looked ahead to the playoffs. In the first round of the 2016 playoffs, the Golden State Warriors faced the Houston Rockets in a matchup that would quickly turn tense. The Warriors entered the series as the overwhelming favorites, having finished the regular season with a remarkable record of 73 wins and 9 losses. Game 1 unfolded as expected, with the Warriors winning handily by a score of 125-82. Stephen Curry was in fine form, scoring 24 points in the first half alone, showcasing his trademark shooting and playmaking ability. However, the mood shifted dramatically when Curry sustained an ankle injury late in the game, raising concerns about his availability for the rest of the series. As the series progressed, the Warriors faced a significant challenge with Curry's health. He was ruled out for games 2 through 4, forcing the team to adapt. Shaun Livingston stepped into the starting role, displaying his own scoring ability and playmaking skills. Livingston contributed significantly, scoring 16 or more points in 3 of the games during Curry's absence. His size and experience allowed him to navigate the Rockets' defense effectively, while Draymond Green took on an expanded playmaking role, averaging a remarkable 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists throughout the series. Green's ability to facilitate the offense helped maintain the Warriors' rhythm, even without their star point guard. Game 2 saw the Warriors secure a narrow victory, winning 114-100. Despite missing Curry, the team demonstrated resilience, with Klay Thompson stepping up to score 25 points. The Warriors relied on their depth and ball movement, which allowed them to create open looks despite the absence of their leading scorer. The Rockets, led by James Harden, struggled to find a consistent offensive rhythm, which hindered their chances of stealing a game. In Game 3, the Warriors faced a more competitive Rockets team, but still emerged victorious, winning 101-90. Livingston's continued production and Green's all-around contributions kept the Warriors on track. The team's strong defense was evident, as they forced Houston into difficult shots and limited their three-point opportunities. This game was pivotal, as it showcased the Warriors' ability to adjust and thrive even when faced with adversity. As the series shifted to Game 4, the Warriors were hopeful for Curry's return. He made an appearance but could only manage to play limited minutes. Unfortunately, he re-aggravated his knee injury, leaving the team once again without their star. Despite this setback, the Warriors maintained their composure and won the game 121-94, closing out the series with a 4-1 victory. The team's depth and adaptability were on full display, proving that they could rally together in the face of significant challenges. The Warriors advanced to the next round, but the shadow of Curry's injury loomed large. The team had shown that they could compete at a high level without him, but they were acutely aware that they would need their star to make a deep playoff run. The series against the Rockets served as a testament to their resilience and the depth of their roster. In the 2016 playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers entered the first round against the Detroit Pistons with a sense of determination. The Cavaliers wasted no time establishing their dominance, sweeping the series 4-0. In Game 1, the Cavaliers won 102-90, with LeBron James and Kyrie Irving combining for a staggering 53 points. Their offensive synergy was evident as they moved the ball effectively, creating open shots and exploiting mismatches. LeBron's ability to control the game was matched by Kyrie's scoring bursts, leaving the Pistons struggling to keep pace. Game 2 saw the Cavaliers continue their onslaught, winning 110-88. This time, LeBron scored 35 points, showcasing his ability to dictate the tempo and space of the game. The Cavaliers' bench played a crucial role, with Channing Frye contributing timely three-pointers that stretched the Pistons' defense. The Cavaliers' depth became increasingly apparent, as they relied on their reserves to maintain energy and effectiveness throughout the series. The Cavaliers showed no signs of slowing down in Game 3, with a final score of 120-97. LeBron and Kyrie continued to shine, but it was the team's overall shooting that made a statement. They shot 51% from the field, and their three-point shooting was particularly lethal. The Cavaliers set the tone for their playoff run, demonstrating both offensive firepower and defensive grit. In Game 4, the Cavaliers completed the sweep with a decisive 101-90. LeBron's leadership was palpable, as he orchestrated the offense while also contributing defensively. The Cavaliers showed their versatility, with Kevin Love stepping up to provide critical rebounding and timely scoring. Love averaged over 16 points and 9 rebounds for the series, solidifying his role as a key component of the Cavaliers' success. Advancing to the second round, the Cavaliers faced the Atlanta Hawks, a team they had previously dominated during the regular season. The Cavaliers continued their winning streak, sweeping the Hawks 4-0. In Game 1, the Cavaliers secured a 110-98 victory, once again showcasing their offensive prowess. LeBron scored 32 points, while Kyrie added 25, as the two stars continued to operate in perfect harmony. Game 2 was historic, as the Cavaliers set an NBA playoff record by making 25 three-pointers in a single game, leading to a blowout victory of 130-83. This performance highlighted the Cavaliers' offensive evolution, with Kevin Love contributing heavily by hitting 8 threes himself. The Cavaliers' shooting clinic left the Hawks reeling, as they struggled to find answers on both ends of the floor. In Game 3, the Cavaliers maintained their momentum, winning 114-100. The Cavaliers' bench continued to shine, with Iman Shumpert and Channing Frye providing significant contributions. Their ability to stretch the floor and create mismatches allowed the Cavaliers to control the game's tempo and flow. LeBron and Kyrie combined for over 50 points again, proving their unstoppable nature. Closing out the series in Game 4, the Cavaliers emerged victorious once more, winning 105-92. The Cavaliers averaged 108.3 points per game throughout the first 8 games of the playoffs, a testament to their offensive efficiency and chemistry. With LeBron's leadership and Kyrie's clutch scoring, the Cavaliers built a solid foundation of confidence as they prepared for the Eastern Conference Finals. Their undefeated run through the playoffs showcased their readiness and determination to reclaim their title. In the 2016 Western Conference Finals, the Golden State Warriors faced a daunting challenge, falling behind 3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. After a dominant Game 4 loss, where the Thunder won 115-83, the Warriors found themselves on the brink of elimination. The narrative shifted dramatically in Game 5, as Stephen Curry spearheaded a critical victory, scoring 31 points and leading the Warriors to a 120-111 win. Curry's performance included a flurry of three-pointers and clutch plays that reignited Golden State's hopes of a comeback. The pressure intensified as the series shifted to Game 6. The Warriors needed to win to extend their season, and Klay Thompson rose to the occasion with a historic performance. Thompson scored 41 points, hitting an astounding 11 three-pointers, which set an NBA playoff record. His shooting display was electrifying, as he single-handedly carried the Warriors to a 138-110 victory. The momentum had shifted, and the Warriors were now energized, heading into a decisive Game 7. Game 7 was filled with tension, as both teams knew the stakes were high. The atmosphere in the Chesapeake Energy Arena was electric, with the Thunder fans rallying behind their team. Stephen Curry opened the game with a strong effort, finishing with 36 points. His leadership and scoring ability were crucial as the Warriors fought to maintain control. The game remained close throughout, with both teams trading leads. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook played aggressively for the Thunder, but Golden State's defense tightened as the game progressed. In the final minutes, the Warriors found themselves in a tight battle. With the score at 96-88, the Warriors managed to hold off the Thunder's last attempts to tie the game. Durant struggled with his shooting, finishing with only 10 of 31 from the field, and the Warriors' defensive schemes effectively contained his impact. As the clock ticked down, the Warriors secured key rebounds and free throws, sealing their fate with a hard-fought victory. The final score of 96-88 marked a remarkable comeback, as the Warriors completed their series win 4-3. The team celebrated on the court, having overcome a 3-1 deficit to return to the NBA Finals. The energy was palpable, with players embracing each other, and the realization of their achievement began to sink in. The triumph not only validated their season, but also solidified their place in the annals of NBA history as one of the great comebacks in playoff lore. In the 2016 Eastern Conference Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced the Toronto Raptors in a highly anticipated matchup. The Cavaliers stormed out of the gate, taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the series. In Game 1, they delivered a decisive performance, winning 101-70. LeBron James showcased his all-around skills, contributing 24 points, 6 rebounds and 8 assists. Kyrie Irving added a strong offensive punch with 26 points, while Kevin Love chipped in with 14 points and 12 rebounds. The Cavaliers' defense stifled the Raptors, forcing them into difficult shots and limiting their offensive flow. Game 2 saw a similar story unfold, with the Cavaliers dominating the Raptors again. This time, the final score was 110-81. LeBron led the way with a near triple-double, scoring 25 points, grabbing 7 rebounds, and dishing out 8 assists. Kyrie continued his strong play, scoring 24 points. The Cavaliers' bench also contributed significantly, as Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye provided crucial minutes. With their 2-game lead, the Cavaliers seemed poised for a swift series victory. However, the series took a turn as the action shifted to Toronto for Games 3 and 4. In Game 3, the Raptors found their rhythm and secured a crucial win, taking the game 95-89. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry combined for 52 points, leading Toronto to a much-needed victory. The Cavaliers struggled with turnovers and defensive lapses, allowing the Raptors to take control of the game. The Raptors continued their momentum into Game 4, where they emerged victorious once more, winning 101-92. LeBron experienced difficulties, scoring only 20 points as the Raptors' defense tightened around him. Kyrie managed to score 27 points, but it was not enough to overcome the Raptors' surge. The series was now tied at 2 games apiece, and the Cavaliers faced pressure to regain their footing. Returning to Cleveland for Game 5, the Cavaliers knew they needed to reclaim their dominance. They delivered an emphatic performance, winning 116-78. LeBron was a force, scoring 33 points, grabbing 11 rebounds, and providing 6 assists. Kyrie contributed 23 points, while Kevin Love added a solid 16 points and 15 rebounds. The Cavaliers' defense stifled the Raptors once again, limiting their shooting opportunities and showcasing their playoff intensity. With the series on the line, Game 6 took place in Toronto. The Cavaliers were determined to close out the series, and they did so with authority, winning 113-87. LeBron led by example, scoring 33 points, pulling down 11 rebounds, and dishing out 6 assists. Kyrie averaged 24.6 points per game over the series, showing his ability to deliver in clutch moments. Love bounced back with a strong performance, scoring 20 points and providing key rebounds. The Cavaliers' victory solidified their place in the NBA Finals, marking their return for a rematch against the Golden State Warriors. In the first 2 games of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors showcased their depth and defensive prowess against the Cleveland Cavaliers. In Game 1, the Warriors secured a decisive victory with a score of 104-89. Despite a relatively quiet night from their star backcourt, Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson combined for only 20 points. The Warriors' bench stepped up significantly, contributing 45 points to the win. Draymond Green played a pivotal role, anchoring the defense and facilitating the offense. His defensive versatility was on full display, as he guarded multiple positions and provided energy throughout the game. The Cavaliers struggled with turnovers, committing 20 in total, which allowed the Warriors to capitalize and convert on fast breaks. As the series moved to Game 2, the Warriors continued their dominance, winning by a score of 110-77. Draymond Green delivered an outstanding performance, scoring 28 points, grabbing 7 rebounds, and dishing out 5 assists. His ability to stretch the floor and score efficiently added another layer to the Warriors' offensive attack. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers found themselves in a difficult position, as LeBron James was held to just 19 points, struggling to find his rhythm against the Warriors' relentless defense. The Warriors' bench continued to shine, providing crucial contributions that kept the pace high and the momentum in their favor. Golden State's defense was particularly effective in limiting Cleveland's offensive flow. The Cavaliers struggled to find open shots and were often forced into difficult attempts. The Warriors' ability to switch defensively and communicate effectively allowed them to stifle Cleveland's pick-and-roll plays, a staple of their offense. With Curry and Thompson not needing to carry the scoring load, the Warriors demonstrated the strength of their roster, as players like Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston made impactful plays. With the Warriors taking a commanding 2-0 lead in the series, the Cavaliers faced mounting pressure to respond. The games highlighted the Warriors' depth and ability to adapt, as they leaned on their bench to maintain their lead. Golden State's defense and ball movement set the tone for the finals, leaving Cleveland searching for answers as they prepared for the crucial Game 3 back on their home court. In Game 3 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers found their rhythm and delivered a commanding performance against the Golden State Warriors at Quicken Loans Arena. The Cavaliers won decisively, with a final score of 120-90, cutting the Warriors' series lead to 2-1. LeBron James set the tone early, showcasing his aggressive play with a stat line of 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. His ability to drive to the basket and create opportunities not only energized the crowd, but also put immense pressure on the Warriors' defense. Kyrie Irving also stepped up, contributing 30 points on 12 of 25 shooting. His finesse and scoring ability helped keep the Cavaliers' offense flowing. Irving's ability to create his own shot and finish around the rim was crucial, especially as he found ways to exploit mismatches in the Warriors' defense. Together, LeBron and Kyrie formed a formidable duo that challenged Golden State at every turn. The Cavaliers shot an impressive 52.7% from the field, demonstrating their efficiency and offensive cohesion. Cleveland's physicality played a critical role in their victory. They established a more aggressive style of play, which was evident in their rebounding and defensive intensity. The Cavaliers limited the Warriors to 18 turnovers, a stark contrast to the previous games where Golden State had dominated the ball. This defensive effort was highlighted by the Cavaliers' ability to contain Stephen Curry, who was held to just 19 points. The Cavaliers' focus on communication and teamwork on defense allowed them to disrupt the Warriors' rhythm and fast-paced offensive style. The atmosphere in the arena was electric, with the home crowd fueling the Cavaliers' energy. As the game progressed, Cleveland's confidence grew. They led by as much as 30 points at one stage, showcasing their dominance and ability to control the game. The Cavaliers' bench also made significant contributions, providing valuable minutes and maintaining the intensity. As the game wound down, the Warriors found themselves scrambling to regain control, but the Cavaliers had already seized the momentum. LeBron's leadership and Kyrie's scoring became pivotal in this game, setting the stage for a series that had now tightened considerably. The Cavaliers demonstrated that they could compete at the highest level, and this victory ignited hope for a comeback in the series. In Game 4 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors faced the Cleveland Cavaliers with a chance to take a commanding 3-1 lead. The atmosphere at Quicken Loans Arena was charged, as the Cavaliers were eager to build on their previous victory. However, the Warriors came out with a renewed focus, determined to re-establish their dominance in the series. Golden State secured a hard-fought win, finishing the game with a score of 108-97. Stephen Curry led the charge for the Warriors, delivering a standout performance with 38 points. His shooting was particularly impressive, as he knocked down 7 3-pointers during the game. Curry's aggressive play set the tone early, as he found his rhythm and showcased his ability to score from long range. The Cavaliers struggled to contain him, and his confidence began to grow as the game progressed. Curry's scoring burst not only provided crucial points but also energized his teammates, reinforcing their belief in their strategy. Draymond Green also played a pivotal role, contributing on both ends of the floor. He was instrumental in the Warriors' defensive efforts, but it was a controversial moment that would overshadow his performance. In the third quarter, Green became entangled with LeBron James during a play. The two players exchanged physical contact, leading to an altercation that resulted in a flagrant foul being assessed against Green. This incident would have ramifications, as it set the stage for Green's suspension in the following game, leaving the Warriors to navigate the series without one of their key players. Despite Golden State's lead, the Cavaliers showed resilience. They started strong, with LeBron James scoring efficiently, and Kyrie Irving finding opportunities to contribute. However, the Warriors' disciplined defense began to wear on Cleveland. The Cavaliers could not maintain their early momentum, as they struggled to find consistent scoring against Golden State's tenacious defensive schemes. The Warriors capitalized on turnovers and contested shots, gradually extending their lead as the game unfolded. As the game neared its conclusion, the tension in the arena grew palpable. The Cavaliers fought hard to stay in the contest, but the Warriors' combination of timely shooting and defensive pressure proved too much. Golden State secured the victory, taking a 3-1 lead in the series. The win not only shifted the momentum back in their favor, but also intensified the pressure on the Cavaliers as they prepared for Game 5. The aftermath of Game 4 left Cleveland frustrated, as they faced the daunting task of overcoming a significant deficit in the series. With the Warriors' confidence soaring, the Cavaliers needed to regroup quickly. The upcoming Game 5 would prove critical in their efforts to avoid falling deeper into a hole against a Warriors team that had found its rhythm once more. The stage was now set for a pivotal showdown in Oakland. In Game 5 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced an uphill battle in Oakland, knowing the significance of this contest. With Draymond Green suspended for the Warriors due to the accumulation of flagrant foul points, the Cavaliers sensed an opportunity. The arena buzzed with anticipation, but it was Cleveland's stars who would shine brightest that night. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving delivered a historic performance, both scoring 41 points, marking the first time teammates had accomplished this feat in a finals game. LeBron was a force throughout the match, showcasing his all-around game. He added 16 rebounds and was a critical playmaker, dishing out 5 assists. His presence on the court was undeniable, as he controlled the pace, pushed the ball in transition, and attacked the rim relentlessly. Kyrie, on the other hand, was equally impressive, displaying a dazzling array of finishing moves and perimeter shooting. He shot 50% from the field, hitting a variety of contested jumpers and driving to the basket with finesse. The Cavaliers shot an impressive 53% from the field, a testament to their offensive efficiency. They capitalized on Golden State's absence of Green, exploiting mismatches and finding open looks. Cleveland's ball movement was fluid, and their confidence grew as they built momentum. The Cavaliers led by as many as 20 points in the game, demonstrating their control as they executed their game plan effectively. The Warriors struggled to find their rhythm without Green's defensive presence. Stephen Curry, who had been pivotal throughout the series, was held to just 25 points and faced significant defensive pressure. He struggled to find his shot, particularly in the second half, and fouled out late in the game, further hampering Golden State's chances. Klay Thompson and the rest of the supporting cast were unable to match the Cavaliers' intensity, with Thompson scoring only 14 points, unable to find his usual scoring groove. As the game progressed, the Cavaliers maintained their composure, never allowing the Warriors to mount a serious comeback. Cleveland's defense tightened, forcing turnovers and contesting shots. The atmosphere shifted as the Cavaliers continued to assert themselves, and the visiting fans felt the weight of the moment. The final score reflected Cleveland's dominance, 112-97. This victory not only shifted the series' momentum, but also instilled newfound belief in the Cavaliers as they prepared to return home for Game 6. With the series now at 3-2 in favor of the Warriors, the Cavaliers had not only survived but thrived, setting the stage for an electrifying showdown back in Cleveland. In Game 6 of the 2016 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers found themselves in a pivotal moment, tied 3-3 against the Golden State Warriors. The atmosphere in the Quicken Loans Arena was electric, with the home crowd rallying behind their team, fully aware of the stakes at hand. LeBron James, fresh off his historic performance in Game 5, once again took center stage, delivering a masterclass that would solidify his legacy. LeBron opened the game with an aggressive mindset, attacking the basket relentlessly. He scored 21 points in the first half alone, showcasing his ability to penetrate the Warriors' defense. By the end of the game, LeBron had recorded 41 points, along with 8 rebounds and 11 assists, marking his second consecutive game with over 40 points in the finals. His all-around performance was a testament to his leadership and determination, as he controlled the pace of the game and made pivotal plays down the stretch. The Cavaliers' defense played a crucial role in their success. They forced the Warriors into committing 15 turnovers, disrupting their rhythm and creating scoring opportunities in transition. Cleveland's defensive intensity was palpable, with players flying around the court, contesting shots, and swarming the ball handler. This relentless pressure rattled the Warriors, who struggled to find their offensive flow. Draymond Green returned to the lineup after his suspension, but his impact was limited, as he was unable to shift the momentum back in favor of Golden State. As the game progressed, the tension escalated. Stephen Curry, who had been a focal point for the Warriors, faced significant defensive pressure from the Cavaliers. His struggles culminated in a pivotal moment late in the game, when he fouled out with just under 4 minutes remaining. In an emotional display, Curry expressed his frustration by throwing his mouthguard, which led to his ejection. This moment shifted the momentum entirely, as the Cavaliers capitalized on the Warriors' lack of leadership on the court. The final score reflected Cleveland's dominance, 115-101. The Cavaliers had not only tied the series, but had also sent a powerful message to the Warriors. The combination of LeBron's brilliance and the team's defensive prowess created a sense of belief that they could overcome any obstacle. With the series now knotted at 3 games apiece, all eyes turned to Game 7, where the stakes would be higher than ever. In June of 2016, the atmosphere in Oracle Arena during Game 7 of the NBA Finals was electric, charged with anticipation and tension. The Golden State Warriors had held a commanding 3-1 series lead, but the Cleveland Cavaliers had fought back to tie the series. As the final minutes approached, the stakes could not have been higher. The score was close, and both teams were desperate for the championship. With just 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock, the Warriors were clinging to an 89-87 lead. LeBron James, who had been a force throughout the series, made a pivotal play that would go down in history. As Andre Iguodala drove to the basket, LeBron sprinted down the court from behind, timing his jump perfectly for a chase-down block. He swatted Iguodala's layup attempt off the backboard, igniting the Cavaliers' bench and sending a wave of energy through the arena. The block was not just a defensive play, it was a statement, a reminder of LeBron's dominance and determination. The Cavaliers seized the opportunity, pushing the ball up the court. With time winding down, Kyrie Irving found his rhythm. As the clock ticked under a minute, he dribbled to his left, creating just enough space from Stephen Curry. With a deft step back, Kyrie launched a three-pointer that arced beautifully through the air and swished through the net, giving the Cavaliers a 90-89 lead with just 53 seconds remaining. The shot was a culmination of Kyrie's growth and confidence, a moment that showcased his ability to perform under pressure. As the Warriors regrouped, they looked to respond. With the clock winding down, they turned to their star, Stephen Curry. But Kevin Love, who had faced criticism throughout the playoffs, found himself matched up against Curry on the perimeter. In a critical moment, Love switched onto Curry, denying him the space to shoot. Curry attempted a contested three, but Love's defensive presence forced him to miss. The arena erupted as the Cavaliers grabbed the rebound, solidifying their grip on the game. In those final seconds, the Cavaliers executed their strategy with precision. LeBron James, who had been integral to the team's success, finished the game with an impressive stat line of 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, earning him the Finals MVP award. The Cavaliers held on to win the game 93-89, completing an incredible comeback from 3-1 down in the series. This victory marked the first championship title in the franchise's history, a moment that would be etched in the annals of sports as one of the greatest comebacks in history. The emotional release for the players, the fans, and the city of Cleveland was palpable, celebrating a triumph that had long been sought. In the summer of 2016, the Golden State Warriors faced the aftermath of an unprecedented collapse. After finishing the regular season with a historic 73 wins, the Warriors found themselves unable to secure the ultimate prize, losing in the NBA Finals to the Cleveland Cavaliers, despite holding a commanding 3-1 series lead. The disappointment lingered heavily over the franchise. Players, coaches, and fans alike were left to grapple with the weight of what had just transpired. The emotional toll was palpable, with Stephen Curry expressing a deep sense of frustration and disbelief. Head coach Steve Kerr shared similar sentiments, emphasizing the importance of reflecting on the season and acknowledging the lessons learned from their failure. In the wake of the finals loss, Draymond Green, a core part of the Warriors' identity, took immediate action. He reached out to Kevin Durant, who had just completed a season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Green's call marked a pivotal moment, as he conveyed the Warriors' desire to bring in a top-tier talent to help secure the championship that had slipped through their fingers. The urgency in his voice reflected the collective determination of the Warriors to reshape their roster and address the shortcomings that had cost them the title. As the offseason unfolded, the Warriors began to plan for their future. Management and coaching staff engaged in discussions about roster adjustments, contemplating how to enhance their defensive strategies and avoid the foul troubles that had plagued them in crucial moments against Cleveland. The players reflected on their defensive breakdowns, particularly in the finals, where they struggled to contain LeBron James and the Cavaliers' late-game execution. The lessons learned became a rallying cry for the team as they sought to refine their approach in preparation for the next season. Despite the heartbreak, the Warriors remained optimistic about their core group. Curry maintained a belief in the long-term potential of the team, confident that they could regroup and emerge stronger from the disappointment. Kara echoed this sentiment, emphasizing the need for resilience and a focus on their collective goals. The Warriors understood that the journey ahead would require not only adjustments on the court, but also a mental fortitude to overcome the scars of their recent defeat. As July approached, the organization shifted its focus to free agency, with the intent of adding significant talent to bolster their championship aspirations. The Warriors were acutely aware of the stakes and the need to capitalize on their window of opportunity. The prospect of acquiring Durant loomed large, and the team was prepared to make the necessary moves to pursue him. The anticipation of the upcoming season hung in the air, as the Warriors aimed to reclaim their status atop the league, motivated by the bitter taste of defeat and the promise of redemption. In the summer of 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers basked in the glow of their historic NBA championship victory. The city of Cleveland, long starved for a title, erupted in celebration. On June 22, a staggering 1.3 million fans lined the streets for the championship parade. The atmosphere was electric, a mix of joy and relief as the team made its way through the city. LeBron James, the hometown hero, rode atop a float, soaking in the adoration from the crowd. His presence symbolized not only the achievement of a championship, but also the fulfillment of a promise made upon his return to Cleveland. During the parade, LeBron took time to reflect on the journey. He described the championship as the greatest achievement of my career. His words resonated deeply with fans who had endured years of disappointment and frustration. For LeBron, this title was not just about basketball. It was about bringing pride back to a city that had not seen a major sports championship in 52 years. As he spoke, the crowd erupted in cheers, recognizing the significance of his leadership and dedication. Kyrie Irving, who had etched his name into NBA lore with his clutch three-pointer in Game 7, reveled in the moment as well. He celebrated alongside his teammates, acknowledging the legacy that had been created. The game winner against the Golden State Warriors was now a central part of his identity as a player. Irving's smile radiated through the parade, a testament to the joy of being part of something monumental. Kevin Love, often seen as the third wheel in the Cavaliers' Big Three, received his share of accolades too. His defensive play throughout the finals had been crucial in containing the Warriors' potent offense. Love's contributions were recognized nationally, and he embraced the spotlight, reflecting on how his journey with the team had transformed him into a champion. The camaraderie among the players shone brightly as they celebrated their collective efforts, each one having played a vital role in their success. As the parade wound through downtown Cleveland, players became icons in the eyes of their fans. The narrative of the Cavaliers had shifted dramatically. No longer were they seen as underachievers. Instead, they were champions, heroes of a city that had long awaited this moment. The bond between the team and the city was palpable, a feeling of unity that transcended the sport itself. The celebration continued with events that followed the parade, with players participating in community gatherings, sharing their experiences and gratitude with fans. The Cavaliers had not just won a championship, they had forged a connection with Cleveland that would last a lifetime. The echoes of their victory rang through the streets, and the images of that day would be etched in the memories of those who witnessed it, a reminder of what perseverance and teamwork could achieve. On July 4, 2016, the basketball world was shaken by the news of Kevin Durant's decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder and join the Golden State Warriors. This move sent shockwaves through the league, as Durant signed a 2-year deal worth $54 million. The announcement came shortly after the conclusion of the NBA Finals, where Durant's Thunder had been eliminated by the Warriors in a hard-fought series. The defeat left a bitter taste in Durant's mouth, prompting him to seek a new path with a franchise that had just captured the championship and was already considered a powerhouse. The recruitment process was both strategic and personal. Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson made their way to the Hamptons to meet with Durant. This meeting was crucial in shaping Durant's decision, as the trio shared their vision for how he could fit into their already potent lineup. They discussed the appeal of playing in a system that emphasized ball movement and teamwork, a stark contrast to the isolation-heavy style Durant had often faced in Oklahoma City. The allure of joining forces with other superstars and competing for championships proved irresistible to Durant. As the news broke, reactions poured in from every corner of the league. Fans and analysts alike were divided, with many labeling the move as controversial. Some viewed it as a betrayal of the competitive spirit of the NBA, arguing that Durant was taking the easy route to a title. Others praised his decision to prioritize winning and joining a team that had redefined the game with its innovative approach. The Warriors, now boasting 4 All-Stars and 3 former MVPs in their ranks, were positioned to dominate the league. The implications of Durant's signing extended beyond the Warriors. The league braced itself for the emergence of a superteam era, raising questions about parity and competition. Teams across the NBA began to scramble, reassessing their rosters and strategies in response to the Warriors' newfound strength. The narrative shifted, with discussions of how to counteract a team that had already set a high bar for excellence. Durant's decision marked a pivotal moment in the history of the NBA, as it not only changed the landscape of the league, but also set the stage for a rivalry that would continue to evolve. The Warriors, with Durant in their ranks, became the team to beat, and the expectations grew tremendously. The anticipation of the upcoming season surged, as fans wondered how this new iteration of the Warriors would perform with their latest addition. The league was undoubtedly entering a new chapter, one that would be defined by the clash of titans and the quest for supremacy. In the summer of 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers made strategic moves to reinforce their roster after their historic championship run. LeBron James, having delivered the city of Cleveland its first major sports title in over 50 years, signed a 3-year deal worth $100 million. This commitment signaled his intent to continue leading the franchise, as he sought to build on the momentum of the previous season. LeBron's leadership was paramount, and his presence ensured that the Cavaliers would remain a formidable force in the league. J.R. Smith, a key contributor during the championship run, re-signed with the Cavaliers after a prolonged negotiation process. His return added much-needed stability to the team's perimeter shooting and defensive prowess. Smith's ability to stretch the floor and hit crucial three-pointers was instrumental in the Cavaliers' success, and his familiarity with the team's system was vital for maintaining chemistry. The Cavaliers also focused on adding depth to their roster, recognizing the importance of having a well-rounded team to compete against the Warriors' newly formed super team. To bolster their bench, the Cavaliers signed veteran players Mike Dunleavy and Chris Anderson, Dunleavy, known for his sharp shooting, provided an additional scoring option off the bench and offered experience in high-pressure situations. Meanwhile, Anderson brought his tenacity and defensive skills, adding a physical presence that complemented the Cavaliers' style of play. These acquisitions aimed to enhance the Cavaliers' depth and versatility, ensuring they could match up against any opponent. As the new season approached, expectations were high for the defending champions. Kyrie Irving continued to develop as an elite scorer, having averaged over 25 points per game during the previous season. His ability to create his own shot and perform in clutch moments was essential for the Cavaliers. With LeBron leading the charge and a solid supporting cast, the Cavaliers entered the 2016-17 season with a clear goal: to defend their title and reclaim their place atop the NBA. The Cavaliers, fueled by the confidence of their recent success and the additions to their roster, were determined to navigate the challenges that lay ahead. They were not only looking to compete, but to establish themselves as the premier team in the league once again. The rivalry with the Warriors loomed large, and the Cavaliers were prepared to rise to the occasion, ready to face the challenges of the upcoming season head-on. In the first few weeks of the 2016-17 NBA season, the Golden State Warriors faced the challenge of integrating Kevin Durant into their established system. The anticipation was palpable, but the reality of the opening night was a stark reminder of the hurdles they faced. On October 25th, the Warriors suffered a disappointing blowout loss to the San Antonio Spurs, with a final score of 129-100. Durant, making his debut in a Golden State uniform, managed to score 27 points, showcasing his scoring prowess. However, the team's defense faltered, revealing vulnerabilities that had to be addressed. Despite the rough start, the Warriors quickly found their footing, winning 8 of their next 9 games. Durant began to settle into his role, averaging an impressive 27.7 points per game during the first 10 games of the season, shooting an efficient 57% from the field. His ability to score from all areas of the court enhanced the Warriors' offensive capabilities, creating a dynamic that was both exciting and complex. As the season progressed, the changes in team chemistry became evident. Stephen Curry's usage dropped as he adapted to sharing the floor with Durant. While Curry remained a crucial part of the offense, his role shifted slightly to accommodate Durant's scoring. Klay Thompson also faced struggles early in the season, as he worked to find his rhythm alongside the new star. The adjustments were not seamless, and the Warriors often looked like a team still figuring things out. Draymond Green emerged as a pivotal figure during this transition. With the offense adapting to include Durant, Green focused on his defensive responsibilities and playmaking. His versatility allowed him to facilitate ball movement while ensuring that the Warriors remained a formidable defensive unit. Green's ability to guard multiple positions and his high basketball IQ proved essential as the team navigated its growing pains. The national spotlight remained intense from the start. Every game was scrutinized, and the expectations were sky-high following the addition of Durant. Fans and analysts alike were eager to see how the Warriors would evolve into a new version of themselves. The pressure was palpable, yet the team responded with resilience. They began to string together wins, showcasing glimpses of the potential that could be realized as they continued to develop their chemistry. The early part of the season was a mixture of promise and adjustment. As the Warriors began to find their identity with Durant, they were reminded that greatness often requires patience and perseverance. The journey to establish a new balance was just beginning, and while the opening night loss stung, it served as a rallying point for the team to come together and forge ahead. On December 25, 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers welcomed the Golden State Warriors to Quicken Loans Arena for a much-anticipated Christmas Day showdown. This game was not merely a regular season matchup. It was a rematch of the previous NBA Finals, and the atmosphere crackled with intensity. The Cavaliers, fresh off their historic championship run, were eager to prove they could stand toe-to-toe with the newly assembled Warriors, now featuring Kevin Durant. The game began with both teams showcasing their high-powered offenses. The Warriors jumped out to an early lead, utilizing their quick ball movement and perimeter shooting to establish a rhythm. Kevin Durant, in his first matchup against the Cavaliers since joining Golden State, was particularly effective, scoring with ease. He finished the game with 36 points, demonstrating his ability to create shots from anywhere on the floor. Despite Durant's scoring, the Cavaliers remained resilient, led by LeBron James, who was relentless in his pursuit of the basket. LeBron delivered a commanding performance, finishing with 31 points and 13 rebounds, asserting his presence on both ends of the court. As the game progressed, the physicality intensified. Both teams exchanged hard fouls, and the referees handed out several technicals as players battled for control. The Warriors built a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, looking poised to secure a victory. However, the Cavaliers refused to back down. They fought back, fueled by the energy of the home crowd and the urgency of the moment. With time winding down, the game turned into a nail-biter. Kyrie Irving, who had been somewhat quiet throughout the contest, emerged in the final minutes. With just 3.4 seconds left on the clock, and the Cavaliers down by 2 points, Kyrie received the inbounds pass. He dribbled to the left, creating space against Klay Thompson. With a contested turnaround jumper, he released the ball just as the defense closed in. The shot arced beautifully through the air and swished through the net, giving the Cavaliers a stunning 1-point lead. The crowd erupted in a deafening roar, celebrating the moment as if it were a playoff game. The Warriors had one last chance to respond, but their attempt fell short. The final score read, Cavaliers 109, Warriors 108. The game was a testament to the rivalry's intensity and the competitive spirit that defined both teams. Fans and media alike buzzed with excitement afterward, speculating about the implications of this matchup for a potential finals rematch later in the season. The rivalry was alive and well, and both teams left the court with a renewed sense of purpose as they continued their campaigns. From January through April of 2017, the Golden State Warriors began to find their rhythm with Kevin Durant fully integrated into the lineup. This period marked a significant evolution in their offensive and defensive strategies, showcasing the team's impressive depth and versatility. Durant's arrival had initially raised questions about how he would fit alongside Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, but as the season progressed, it became clear that the three stars could coexist harmoniously. Durant became increasingly active in off-ball movement, utilizing his size and agility to create mismatches. This movement not only opened up driving lanes for Curry and Thompson, but also allowed Durant to capitalize on defensive lapses, leading to a more fluid offensive attack. By the All-Star break, the Warriors had established themselves as the league's most efficient offensive team. They led the NBA in offensive efficiency, averaging over 111 points per 100 possessions. Their ball movement was mesmerizing, with players constantly making quick decisions and finding open shots. Curry and Durant, in particular, formed a dynamic scoring duo, averaging over 50 combined points per game during this stretch. Curry's ability to stretch defenses with his deep shooting complemented Durant's versatility, as he could score from anywhere on the court, be it from the perimeter or in the post. The Warriors' bench also showed significant improvement during this time. Key contributors like Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston stepped up, providing crucial minutes and maintaining the team's intensity even when the starters rested. Iguodala's defensive prowess and playmaking ability became vital, especially when matched against other elite teams. Livingston, with his mid-range game and size, added another layer of scoring that kept opponents on their toes. This depth allowed the Warriors to sustain their high level of play throughout the season, even during stretches when injuries sidelined some players. Draymond Green continued to be the heartbeat of the team, showcasing his unique skill set. In a notable game against the Memphis Grizzlies, Green recorded a triple-double without even scoring 10 points. He finished with 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists, demonstrating his impact beyond mere scoring. His defensive abilities, combined with his playmaking, were instrumental in holding opponents to low shooting percentages. The Warriors emphasized unselfish basketball, often leading to open looks from beyond the arc. This approach paid dividends, as they consistently outscored their opponents. As the season progressed, the Warriors maintained a staggering record of 47 wins and 9 losses by the time of the All-Star break. Their chemistry was palpable on the court, with players knowing each other's tendencies and positioning instinctively. The combination of elite talent, depth, and a commitment to team play made them a formidable force in the league. The narrative surrounding the Warriors shifted from merely being a team with star power to one that played a beautiful, cohesive brand of basketball. The anticipation for the playoffs grew, as the Warriors looked poised to make a deep run once again, fueled by their collective unity and talent. From February through April of 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced a challenging stretch as injuries and inconsistent play plagued their roster. Kevin Love, a key component of their success, underwent knee surgery in February, sidelining him for approximately 6 weeks. His absence was felt acutely, as the Cavaliers struggled to maintain their rhythm without his scoring and rebounding presence. In the meantime, J.R. Smith continued to be out with a thumb injury that had kept him from contributing since December. His shooting ability and veteran experience would have bolstered the team during this critical period. As the Cavaliers navigated these injuries, they made a mid-season acquisition, bringing in Kyle Korver from the Atlanta Hawks. Korver, known for his sharp shooting, was expected to provide a much-needed offensive spark, especially from beyond the arc. However, integrating a new player into a struggling lineup proved to be a challenge. LeBron James, despite his brilliance, found himself playing heavy minutes to compensate for the absences. He averaged over 30 minutes per game, showcasing his ability to carry the team, but the weight of the responsibility began to show as the season progressed. In late February, the Cavaliers dropped 6 of their last 10 games, further complicating their quest for a strong playoff position. Their defense, once a point of pride, ranked among the bottom 5 in the league during this stretch. Opponents exploited the Cavaliers' defensive lapses, often scoring at will against a team that had prided itself on its defensive prowess. LeBron voiced his concerns publicly, expressing frustration with the lack of effort from his teammates. His leadership was crucial, but it was clear that the team needed to rally around a more cohesive approach to succeed. The media began to speculate about tension within the locker room, as the Cavaliers struggled to find their footing. Rumors circulated regarding potential front office moves, with discussions about how to best support LeBron and the current roster. As the playoffs drew closer, the urgency for the Cavaliers to regain their form became paramount. The pressure mounted not only from within, but also from the expectations of fans and analysts who had seen the team win a championship just the previous season. The Cavaliers' struggles were palpable, and as the regular season wound down, it became evident that they needed to address their issues quickly. The combination of injuries, inconsistent play, and a lack of defensive intensity left them vulnerable heading into the playoffs. Each game felt like a crucial test of their resilience, and the urgency to turn things around was ever present as they approached the postseason. From April through the conclusion of the regular season in 2017, Both the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers found themselves in a familiar position atop their respective conferences, the anticipation for their potential third consecutive finals matchup palpable across the league. The Warriors, having finished the season with an impressive record of 67 wins and 15 losses, secured the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Their dominance was evident, highlighted by Kevin Durant's stellar play as he returned from a knee injury in early April, just in time to contribute to the team's playoff push. The Warriors entered the postseason with a blend of confidence and caution, focusing on maintaining their health rather than pushing for additional wins in the final games. Conversely, the Cavaliers faced a more challenging finish to their season. They concluded with a record of 51 wins and 31 losses, placing them second in the Eastern Conference behind the Boston Celtics. The Cavaliers had experienced various struggles throughout the season, including injuries and inconsistent play. As the playoffs approached, they prioritized getting their key players healthy, particularly LeBron James, who had been carrying a significant load. With the playoffs looming, the Cavaliers were eager to regain their rhythm and momentum. As the two teams prepared for their playoff journeys, the media buzzed with excitement about the prospect of another finals showdown. Television ratings for both teams soared as fans and analysts speculated about the rivalry's latest chapter. The narrative surrounding these two teams had grown over the years, with many calling it the greatest modern rivalry in the NBA. This anticipation was further fueled by their final regular season matchup, a game held on April 13th, where the Warriors showcased their strength with a commanding victory over the Cavaliers. Golden State triumphed, with a score of 126-91, a game that emphasized their depth and defensive capabilities. In that contest, the Warriors exhibited their trademark ball movement and three-point shooting, with Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant both contributing significantly. The loss for the Cavaliers served as a stark reminder of the challenges they needed to overcome heading into the playoffs. Despite the lopsided score, LeBron James continued to perform at an elite level, but the Cavaliers struggled to find consistent support around him. As the teams prepared to embark on their playoff journeys, the stage was set for yet another thrilling postseason, with the Warriors and Cavaliers both aiming to etch their legacies further into the annals of NBA history. From October to December of 2016, the Golden State Warriors began the season with a renewed sense of purpose. With the addition of Kevin Durant, the team quickly adapted to a new dynamic that elevated their already potent offense. The Warriors started the season strong, compiling a record of 30 wins and 5 losses by the end of December. Durant seamlessly integrated into the lineup, averaging 25.9 points per game on an impressive 54% shooting from the field. His scoring ability complemented the existing star duo of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, who continued to shine despite the shift in team dynamics. Curry adjusted his role to accommodate Durant's presence, but still managed to contribute 24 points per game, showcasing his versatility and unselfishness. The Warriors led the league in assists, scoring and point differential, a testament to their fluid ball movement and effective teamwork. Draymond Green remained the defensive anchor, utilizing his unique skill set to guard multiple positions and facilitate the Warriors' fast-paced style. The chemistry on the court was palpable, as players embraced their roles and the team's depth flourished. The bench players, including the likes of Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston, provided crucial minutes, further solidifying the Warriors' status as the team to beat. On Christmas Day, a highly anticipated rematch with the Cleveland Cavaliers served as the highlight of the season's early months. The game unfolded in front of a national audience, with both teams eager to assert their dominance. The Cavaliers, buoyed by the home crowd, played with intensity and focus. The game was tightly contested, and in the closing moments, the score was knotted at 108 points. With just 3 seconds remaining, Kyrie Irving hit a contested turnaround jumper over Klay Thompson, securing a dramatic 109-108 victory for the Cavaliers. This game showcased the rivalry's intensity and served as a reminder that while the Warriors had added a star, the Cavaliers remained a formidable opponent. Despite the loss, the Warriors continued to display their prowess throughout the early part of the season. The combination of Durant's scoring, Curry's playmaking, and Green's defensive versatility created a formidable trio that few teams could match. The Warriors' ability to score in transition and execute their half-court offense made them a nightmare for opposing defenses. Their 30 wins in the first 35 games set the tone for the rest of the season, as they aimed to reclaim their place atop the league following their historic 73-win campaign the previous year. The intensity of the Christmas Day game against the Cavaliers would only heighten the anticipation for another potential finals matchup, with both teams clearly focused on their championship aspirations. From October to January of 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers began their season with a promising start. They surged out of the gates, compiling a record of 23 wins and 6 losses. LeBron James continued to showcase his brilliance, averaging 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. His leadership was evident as he navigated the court with precision, elevating his teammates while carrying a heavy load. Kyrie Irving thrived in this environment, finding his rhythm and averaging a career-high 25.2 points per game. His scoring ability was a crucial asset, particularly in tight games where his late-game heroics shone through. However, beneath the surface of this strong record, signs of inconsistency began to emerge. The Cavaliers struggled with defensive effort, ranking in the bottom 10 for defensive rating. This defensive vulnerability often led to high-scoring contests, requiring the Cavaliers to rely heavily on their offensive firepower to secure victories. The lack of defensive cohesion became increasingly apparent as the season progressed, particularly during stretches where the team seemed fatigued. In December, the Cavaliers faced a significant setback when J.R. Smith fractured his thumb, sidelining him for over 2 months. Smith's absence was felt acutely, as he provided perimeter shooting and defensive grit. His injury forced the Cavaliers to adjust their rotation, leading to increased minutes for other players. As a result, LeBron and Kyrie were tasked with carrying even more of the offensive burden, leading to concerns about their stamina as the season wore on. Kevin Love also began experiencing back issues, which limited his effectiveness and availability. Love's struggles added to the mounting pressure on LeBron and Kyrie to produce at a high level consistently. Despite these challenges, the Cavaliers managed to maintain their position at the top of the Eastern Conference standings. Their strong start provided a cushion that allowed them to weather the storm of injuries and inconsistent play. In January, the Cavaliers hit a rough patch, sliding in the standings as they dropped several games. Their early success seemed to mask the growing fatigue and the impact of injuries, leading to a stretch of games where they appeared out of sync. The increased reliance on LeBron and Kyrie to carry the team became evident in their heavy minutes, as both stars often played extended stretches to keep the team competitive. As the calendar turned to February, the Cavaliers remained first in the East, but the cracks in their foundation were starting to show. The combination of injuries, fatigue, and defensive lapses would prove to be a critical narrative as the season progressed. Despite their record, the Cavaliers faced significant challenges that would test their resolve and depth as they aimed to defend their title. From January to April of 2017, the Golden State Warriors continued their quest for dominance in the NBA. The team was riding high on the momentum from their previous season, and they looked to solidify their status as the league's best. Stephen Curry, now fully healthy after dealing with injuries earlier in the season, found his rhythm and began to showcase the scoring prowess that had made him a 2-time MVP. After the All-Star break, Curry averaged an impressive 28.1 points per game, displaying his trademark three-point shooting and playmaking ability. His return to form was crucial, as the Warriors aimed to cement their place at the top of the Western Conference. However, the Warriors faced a setback when Kevin Durant injured his knee in early February. The injury sidelined him for 19 games, a significant loss for a team that relied heavily on his scoring and versatility. Yet the Warriors adapted quickly. With Durant out, other players stepped up to fill the void. Klay Thompson, known for his sharp shooting, found his rhythm as well. He went on a streak of impressive performances, including a game where he scored 38 points against the New Orleans Pelicans, hitting 8 three-pointers in the process. The depth of the Warriors roster shone through, as players like Andre Iguodala and Shaun Livingston contributed crucial minutes, ensuring that the team remained competitive during Durant's absence. As the regular season progressed, the Warriors tightened their defense, a hallmark of their identity. Draymond Green, as always, was the defensive anchor, making his presence felt on the boards and in passing lanes. He averaged significant numbers in rebounds and assists during this stretch, embodying the versatility that made him an all-star. The collective effort on defense improved, and the Warriors allowed fewer points per game, showcasing their commitment to a balanced approach. They were not just an offensive juggernaut, they were also a team that could lock down opponents when it mattered most. With Curry leading the charge and supporting players stepping up, the Warriors went on a remarkable run, finishing the regular season with a record of 67 wins and 15 losses. They closed the season strong, going 15-1 over their final 16 games. Their only loss during that stretch came against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a game where the Warriors simply could not find their rhythm. However, the team quickly regrouped and secured their place as the top seed in the Western Conference, boasting the best point differential in the league. The Warriors' consistency and resilience shone through as they prepared for the playoffs. With a potent mix of star power and depth, they looked ready to make a serious run at the championship once again. As the regular season came to a close, the anticipation grew for what lay ahead in the postseason. But for now, they celebrated their third consecutive season of dominance, with 67 wins, setting the stage for another exciting playoff journey. From February to April of 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced significant challenges that threatened their standing as defending champions. Despite a strong start, the team found itself in a difficult stretch, losing 14 of their last 24 games. The chemistry that had propelled them to success the previous year seemed to falter. LeBron James, ever the workhorse, played all 82 games but logged heavy minutes, often carrying the weight of the team on his shoulders. Kevin Love's knee surgery further complicated matters, sidelining him for a critical period. Love's absence was felt not only in scoring, but also in rebounding and spacing on the floor. The Cavaliers struggled to find rhythm without him, and J.R. Smith's return from injury did not provide the immediate spark they had hoped for. Smith had been out for a significant stretch, and the transition back into the lineup was not seamless. The team's offensive flow appeared disjointed, and the lack of continuity affected their performance on both ends of the court. As the season progressed, the Cavaliers' defense slipped into the bottom 5 of the league. The lapses on defense were alarming, as opponents often exploited the Cavaliers' inability to close out possessions. They allowed numerous easy baskets, and the lack of defensive intensity was evident. This decline in defensive prowess contrasted sharply with the previous season's identity, where they had prided themselves on their ability to lock down opponents when it mattered most. Despite the struggles, the Cavaliers managed to rally enough to secure the second seed in the Eastern Conference, with a final record of 51 wins and 31 losses. Their late-season push was aided by LeBron's remarkable performances, as he continued to average significant numbers, showcasing his ability to elevate his game under pressure. The Cavaliers needed every ounce of his brilliance as they navigated through a tumultuous stretch. The team's final games saw moments of promise, but they were often overshadowed by the recurring issues that plagued them throughout the season. They aimed to regain their footing, heading into the playoffs, knowing that they would need to address their defensive shortcomings and find a cohesive rhythm if they were to contend for another title. The Cavaliers entered the postseason, with questions looming large over their ability to recapture the magic of the previous year, but they remained hopeful that they could turn the tide in the coming weeks. In the 2017 playoffs, the Golden State Warriors displayed an extraordinary level of dominance as they navigated through the Western Conference. They began their campaign against the Portland Trail Blazers, winning the first game decisively with a score of 121-100. Stephen Curry led the charge, scoring 29 points and showcasing his shooting prowess. The Warriors continued to build momentum, sweeping the series 4-0. In the final game against the Trail Blazers, Curry put on a thrilling performance, scoring 37 points, which included a flurry of three-pointers that left the crowd in awe. The Warriors' offensive fluidity and defensive intensity overwhelmed Portland, setting the tone for their playoff run. Next, the Warriors faced the Utah Jazz in the second round. The Warriors again proved too formidable, sweeping the series 4-0. In Game 3, Kevin Durant stepped into the spotlight, scoring 38 points, demonstrating his scoring versatility and ability to create shots. The Warriors won that game, 112-100, further solidifying their reputation as a powerhouse. Their ability to adapt and consistently perform at a high level made them a daunting opponent. As they advanced to the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors encountered the San Antonio Spurs. The series took a dramatic turn when Kawhi Leonard suffered an ankle injury in Game 1, severely impacting the Spurs' chances. The Warriors capitalized on the opportunity, winning the first game 120-100. The Warriors' depth and talent shone through, as they took full advantage of the Spurs' weakened roster. The Warriors completed the sweep with a final victory in Game 4, winning that match 113-92. Their ability to close out games efficiently was evident, as they maintained a high level of execution throughout the series. Throughout the playoffs, the Warriors averaged a stunning margin of victory of 16.3 points per game, a testament to their dominance. They entered the NBA Finals with a perfect 12-0 record, becoming the first team in NBA history to achieve such a feat. The combination of Curry's return to elite form and Durant's scoring prowess created an offensive juggernaut that was difficult for any team to contend with. The Warriors' blend of talent, teamwork, and defensive tenacity set the stage for a highly anticipated finals matchup. In the 2017 playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers found their rhythm, showcasing a remarkable level of dominance as they surged through the Eastern Conference. The journey began in the first round against the Indiana Pacers, where the Cavaliers swept the series 4-0. The opening game set the tone, with Cleveland winning 101-98 in a tightly contested match. LeBron James led the way with a stellar performance, scoring 32 points and grabbing 13 rebounds. The Cavaliers continued their momentum, winning Game 2 comfortably with a score of 110-98, where Kyrie Irving contributed 25 points. In Game 3, the Cavaliers faced a challenge but pulled through, winning 110-100 in a nail-biter. They closed out the series with an emphatic victory in Game 4, winning 108-95, as LeBron once again shone with 34 points. Moving into the second round, the Cavaliers faced the Toronto Raptors. Cleveland's dominance continued as they swept the series 4-0. Game 1 saw the Cavaliers win 113-100, and in Game 2 they delivered a crushing defeat, winning 122-100. the Raptors struggled to match Cleveland's intensity. In Game 3, the Cavaliers set a playoff record, hitting 25 three-pointers to win 134-100. Kevin Love added to the scoring frenzy with 8 threes of his own, demonstrating the team's shooting prowess. They completed the sweep in Game 4, winning 112-91, with LeBron scoring 27 points and facilitating the offense with 11 assists. This series further solidified the Cavaliers' position as a formidable force, showcasing their depth and skill. The Eastern Conference Finals brought a new challenge against the Boston Celtics. Cleveland dropped the first game, losing 100-95, but quickly regrouped. In Game 2, the Cavaliers bounced back, winning 106-75, with LeBron dominating and scoring 35 points. The pivotal moment came in Game 4, where Kyrie Irving stepped up with a remarkable performance, scoring 42 points and leading the Cavaliers to a 116-100 win. This victory shifted the momentum firmly in Cleveland's favor. The Cavaliers closed out the series in Game 5, winning in a commanding fashion with a score of 135-102. LeBron and Kyrie both played pivotal roles throughout the series, as LeBron averaged 34.3 points per game across the playoffs, underscoring his leadership and skill during this critical stretch. Entering the NBA Finals with a 12-1 playoff record, the Cavaliers were peaking at the right time. Their blend of offensive firepower and defensive tenacity positioned them as a team ready to challenge the Golden State Warriors once again, setting the stage for another chapter in this historic rivalry. In the first game of the 2017 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors faced off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, marking the third consecutive finals matchup between the two teams. The atmosphere in Oakland was electric, as fans anticipated the clash of these titans. The Warriors were eager to assert their dominance, and Kevin Durant wasted no time making a statement. He scored 38 points, adding 8 rebounds and 8 assists, showcasing his versatility and offensive prowess. Durant's ability to score from various spots on the floor kept the Cavaliers' defense guessing and on their heels. The game began with Golden State pushing the pace, utilizing their trademark fast break style. They moved the ball fluidly, creating open shots and driving lanes. Stephen Curry complemented Durant's performance with 28 points, demonstrating his own scoring ability and playmaking skills. The Warriors displayed remarkable ball control, committing only 4 turnovers throughout the game, a stark contrast to the Cavaliers, who struggled with their possessions. Cleveland's transition defense faltered, allowing Golden State to exploit fast break opportunities that led to easy baskets. LeBron James fought hard for the Cavaliers, finishing the game with 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. However, his effort was marred by 8 turnovers, which reflected the pressure the Warriors' defense applied. Cleveland struggled to find their rhythm, often rushing their shots and failing to execute their offensive sets. The Warriors capitalized on these mistakes, turning turnovers into points and building a commanding lead. As the game progressed, the Warriors built a substantial advantage, leading by as many as 25 points at one stage. The Cavaliers attempted to mount a comeback, but every time they found a rhythm, the Warriors responded with a flurry of scoring. Golden State's defensive tenacity stifled Cleveland's attempts to penetrate the paint, forcing them into difficult perimeter shots. In the end, the Warriors secured a decisive victory with a final score of 113-91. This game set the tone for the finals, showcasing the Warriors' depth and their ability to execute their game plan effectively. Kevin Durant's performance not only highlighted his individual skill, but also reinforced the Warriors' status as the team to beat. The Cavaliers faced an uphill battle, needing to regroup and adjust their strategy heading into Game 2. In the second game of the 2017 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors faced the Cleveland Cavaliers at Oracle Arena, looking to extend their series lead to 2 games. The atmosphere was charged, with fans eager to see if Cleveland could respond after their Game 1 defeat. Golden State quickly established their dominance, showcasing their trademark style of play that emphasized ball movement and three-point shooting. The game began with the Warriors executing their offensive game plan flawlessly. Stephen Curry, eager to prove his worth, was electric from the start. He finished the game with 32 points and 11 assists, achieving a triple-double that highlighted his dual threat as a scorer and playmaker. Curry's ability to create shots off the dribble and find open teammates set the tone early, allowing the Warriors to build a significant lead. Kevin Durant also made a strong impact, scoring 33 points while grabbing 13 rebounds, further solidifying his role as a key player in this finals matchup. The Cavaliers struggled to find their rhythm, with LeBron James doing his best to keep them in the game. He registered 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists, but the weight of the game was heavy on his shoulders. While LeBron put forth an admirable effort, Kyrie Irving had an off night, unable to find his shooting touch and finishing with just a modest tally. The Warriors' defense proved effective, pressuring the Cavaliers and forcing them into challenging shots. Cleveland's struggles were evident as they fell behind quickly in the first half, unable to keep pace with Golden State's explosive offense. As the game progressed, the Warriors' lead grew larger, with their three-point shooting becoming increasingly lethal. They continually found open looks beyond the arc, making Cleveland pay for defensive lapses. The Warriors shot an impressive 52% from three-point range, contrasting sharply with the Cavaliers who struggled to find their stroke. Golden State's ball movement created a cascade of opportunities, with multiple players contributing to the scoring and keeping the Cavaliers on their heels. By the time the final quarter rolled around, the Warriors had built a commanding lead, leaving Cleveland with little room for a comeback. The Cavaliers fought valiantly, but the Warriors' relentless offense and suffocating defense proved too much to handle. The final score reflected Golden State's dominance, with the Warriors winning 132-113. This victory marked their 14th consecutive win in the playoffs, further solidifying their status as the team to beat. As the series shifted back to Cleveland for Game 3, the Cavaliers faced a pressing need to adjust and rally in front of their home crowd. The mounting pressure was palpable, and the stakes had never been higher, as they sought to avoid falling into a daunting 0-2 hole. In Game 3 of the 2017 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced the daunting task of trying to avoid a 3-game deficit against the Golden State Warriors. The atmosphere in the Quicken Loans Arena was electric, filled with anticipation and hope as the home crowd rallied behind their team. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were determined to deliver a performance that would reignite the series. From the opening tip, both teams traded baskets, with the Cavaliers looking to assert themselves early. LeBron James played with an intensity that matched the stakes of the game, scoring at will and facilitating for his teammates. He finished the game with 39 points, showcasing his ability to drive to the basket and hit timely jump shots. Kyrie Irving complemented LeBron's efforts, contributing 38 points of his own and displaying his trademark handles and clutch shooting. The duo's offensive prowess kept the Cavaliers competitive throughout the night. The game was closely contested, with neither team able to establish a significant lead. As the fourth quarter unfolded, the tension in the arena grew palpable. The Cavaliers had rallied from a deficit and were in a position to seize control. They executed their plays with precision, and their defense tightened, forcing Golden State into difficult shots. With just under a minute remaining, the Cavaliers found themselves with a slim lead, and the crowd erupted with every made basket. However, the Warriors were not to be outdone. Kevin Durant, who had been relatively quiet for most of the game, rose to the occasion when it mattered most. With just 45 seconds left on the clock, Durant hit a pull-up three-pointer over LeBron James, silencing the crowd and giving Golden State a critical edge. The shot marked a pivotal moment in the game, swinging momentum back in favor of the Warriors. Golden State, fueled by Durant's clutch shot, closed the game on an 11-0 run, showcasing their championship pedigree. As the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 118-113 in favor of the Warriors. The Cavaliers, despite their valiant efforts and elite performances from LeBron and Kyrie, were left devastated. They had fought hard, but the dagger from Durant proved to be the decisive blow in a game that felt just within reach. The loss placed Cleveland in a precarious situation, trailing 3-0 in the series, and raising questions about their ability to mount a comeback against a formidable Warriors team. In Game 4 of the 2017 NBA Finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced a must-win situation against the Golden State Warriors, who were poised to complete a sweep. The atmosphere in Quicken Loans Arena was electric, filled with a mixture of desperation and hope. The Cavaliers came out firing on all cylinders from the opening tip. They scored an astonishing 49 points in the first quarter, setting the tone for a historic performance. This explosive start was fueled by a combination of sharp shooting and aggressive drives to the basket. The Cavaliers established a rhythm early, with LeBron James leading the charge, showcasing his ability to score and facilitate for his teammates. LeBron James recorded another triple-double that night, finishing with 32 points, 11 rebounds and 10 assists. His versatility and presence on the floor were palpable as he orchestrated the offense, finding open shooters and attacking the rim with ferocity. Kyrie Irving also stepped up, contributing 40 points of his own. Irving's ability to create his own shot and finish in traffic was on full display as he navigated through the Warriors' defense, hitting difficult shots that kept the momentum firmly in Cleveland's favor. The Cavaliers did not just rely on their stars, the entire team was engaged. They collectively shot an impressive 53% from beyond the arc, making a finals record 24 three-pointers during the game. This barrage from deep was a crucial factor in their offensive explosion, as they built a commanding lead. The Cavaliers scored a total of 86 points in the first half, leaving the Warriors reeling and struggling to keep pace. Defensively, the Cavaliers were aggressive, forcing the Warriors into tough shots and capitalizing on their mistakes. Golden State committed 29 fouls throughout the game, a testament to the Cavaliers' relentless attack. The Cavaliers made the most of their opportunities at the free throw line, converting on critical shots that extended their lead. Each made free throw felt like a dagger to the Warriors, who were unable to find their rhythm as the game progressed. As the second half unfolded, the Cavaliers maintained their lead, executing their game plan with precision. They continued to push the pace and find open looks, while LeBron and Kyrie consistently delivered in clutch moments. The Warriors, despite their championship pedigree, could not mount the comeback they needed. Cleveland's defense tightened further, forcing Golden State into a series of turnovers and missed shots. The final score read 137-116 in favor of the Cavaliers, allowing them to avoid the sweep and breathe life back into the series. This victory was not just a win, it was a statement. The Cavaliers showed resilience and determination, setting the stage for a dramatic continuation of the finals. In Game 5 of the 2017 NBA Finals, the Golden State Warriors found themselves in a position to reclaim their title, facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers in front of a fervent crowd at Oracle Arena. This was not just another game, it was the culmination of a season marked by high expectations and the haunting memories of the previous year's finals collapse. The atmosphere was electric, filled with anticipation, as fans hoped to witness a championship celebration on their home court. The Warriors emerged with a strong offensive strategy, showcasing their trademark ball movement and three-point shooting. Kevin Durant was in fine form, scoring 39 points, while displaying his versatility and ability to dominate both inside and outside the arc. His performance was a masterclass in scoring efficiency, as he shot 55% from the field. Durant's presence was felt on both ends of the floor, and he played a crucial role in establishing the Warriors' rhythm early in the game. Stephen Curry also had a significant impact, contributing 34 points, along with 10 assists and 6 rebounds. His ability to create plays and stretch the floor was vital in keeping the Cavaliers' defense on their heels. Curry's shooting, particularly from beyond the arc, helped the Warriors maintain a lead and control the pace of the game. The Warriors shot 51% from the field overall, reflecting their offensive efficiency and cohesion. On the other side, LeBron James fought valiantly for the Cavaliers, delivering a Herculean effort with 41 points, 13 rebounds and 8 assists. Despite his incredible performance, the weight of carrying the team was evident, as he faced relentless defensive pressure from the Warriors. The Cavaliers struggled to find consistent scoring support, which was critical in a game of this magnitude. As the game progressed, the Warriors built a lead that fluctuated, but never fell into jeopardy. The Cavaliers made runs to close the gap, but Golden State responded with timely shots and defensive stops. The fourth quarter saw the Warriors maintain their composure, executing their game plan effectively while the crowd roared in support. When the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read 129-120, sealing the victory for the Warriors and securing their second championship in 3 years. The atmosphere shifted to one of jubilation, as players embraced, tears of joy mingled with shouts of triumph. Kevin Durant was named Finals MVP, having averaged 35.2 points per game throughout the series, solidifying his place in history as a pivotal figure in this championship run. This victory marked the first title for the Warriors in Oracle Arena in nearly 40 years, an emotional milestone that resonated deeply with the fan base. The triumph was not merely about winning, it was about redemption, a chance to rectify the heartbreak of the previous year. As confetti fell and the trophy was hoisted high, the Warriors celebrated not only their achievements, but also the journey that had led them to this moment, a true testament to their resilience and determination. In July of 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers found themselves at a crossroads following their defeat in the NBA Finals. The emotional toll of losing to the Golden State Warriors again weighed heavily on the team, and the fractures within the organization began to surface. Kyrie Irving, a key player in the Cavaliers' championship run, requested a trade. He cited concerns about his role moving forward, feeling overshadowed by LeBron James, and wanting the opportunity to lead a team of his own. This request sent shockwaves through the franchise and set off a chain reaction of uncertainty. Compounding the situation, General Manager David Griffin departed the organization amid a contract dispute. Griffin had been instrumental in assembling the Cavaliers' championship roster, and his exit left a significant void. Without his leadership, the front office faced challenges in navigating the evolving dynamics of the team. Rumors began to swirl about locker room tension, with speculation that the players were divided over the direction of the franchise and the future of their star player LeBron James. As the Cavaliers grappled with Irving's trade request, they struggled to find a suitable market for him. Teams around the league were hesitant to meet the Cavaliers' demands, given Irving's status as a perennial all-star and the complexities surrounding his departure. The front office faced mounting pressure to make a decision that would not only affect the team's immediate future, but also its long-term viability. Meanwhile, LeBron's own future became a topic of speculation. He refused to commit to returning for the next season, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering if he would opt to leave Cleveland especially with the uncertainty surrounding the roster. The team entered murky territory, caught between the desire to build around LeBron and the reality of Irving's growing discontent. The Cavaliers' championship window appeared to be closing, and the once promising future of the franchise now felt precarious. The dynamics of the roster shifted, and with each passing day, the weight of the decisions ahead loomed larger. In the summer of 2017, the Golden State Warriors basked in the glow of their championship victory. With back-to-back finals appearances and 2 titles in 3 years, the team had firmly established itself as a dynasty in the NBA landscape. The atmosphere was electric as celebrations unfolded. The Warriors held their championship parade in Oakland, which drew over 1 million fans, a testament to their growing legacy and the fervor of their supporters. Players rode through the streets, soaking in the adulation and reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this moment. Kevin Durant, pivotal to the team's success, made the decision to re-sign with the Warriors. He agreed to a 2-year deal at a significant discount, ensuring that the team could maintain its core group. This selfless act demonstrated Durant's commitment to the team's goals rather than individual accolades. Alongside him, key contributors like Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston also re-signed, solidifying the depth that had become a hallmark of the Warriors' identity. The Warriors looked to enhance their roster further by adding Nick Young and Omri Caspi. Young brought a dynamic scoring ability, known for his streaky shooting, while Caspi added versatility and depth to the wing position. These moves were strategic, aimed at bolstering the team's already formidable lineup, as they prepared for a new season with championship aspirations. As the offseason progressed, the media began to engage in heated debates about the Warriors' place in NBA history. Analysts and fans alike discussed how this iteration of the team compared to other all-time greats. Comparisons to the legendary Boston Celtics teams of the 1960s and the Chicago Bulls of the 90s became common, with many claiming that the Warriors were on a trajectory to be among the best ever. This narrative added an extra layer of motivation for the players, who were keenly aware of the expectations that surrounded them. Internally, the Warriors maintained a strong sense of focus and determination. The players understood that the road ahead would not be easy, especially with the pressure of defending their title. However, the camaraderie developed through shared experiences over the past few seasons helped foster a resilient mindset. They were not just a collection of individual talents, they had become a cohesive unit with a singular goal. As the summer transitioned into fall, the anticipation for the upcoming season grew. The Warriors were not content resting on their laurels. They were eager to prove that their success was not just a flash in the pan. The stage was set for another thrilling chapter in their ongoing pursuit of greatness, with the NBA world watching closely as they prepared to defend their championship. In the 1917-1918 season, the Cleveland Cavaliers faced a significant transformation following the trade of Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics. This move sent shockwaves through the organization, as Irving had been a pivotal player in their recent success. The Cavaliers received Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, and a first-round pick in return. This trade represented a gamble, as Thomas was recovering from a hip injury that would keep him sidelined for the first 36 games of the season. The expectation was that once healthy, he would reinvigorate the Cavaliers' offense, but the initial phases of the season were marked by uncertainty. As the season commenced, the Cavaliers brought in several veterans to bolster their roster. Dwayne Wade returned to Cleveland, adding experience and leadership, while Derrick Rose was signed to provide scoring and playmaking. Jeff Green also joined the squad, offering versatility as a forward. Despite these additions, the Cavaliers struggled early on. They began the season with a disappointing 3 wins and 5 losses, prompting concerns about their chemistry and ability to gel as a unit. LeBron James, however, continued to perform at an MVP level, averaging over 26 points per game in those early weeks. He carried the team on his shoulders, showcasing his ability to elevate those around him. Following a rocky start, the Cavaliers found their footing, winning 13 consecutive games, which seemed to stabilize the roster. This winning streak helped mask some of the underlying issues, but it did not erase them entirely. As the season progressed into January, the chemistry problems began to surface. Isaiah Thomas's absence was felt, and the team struggled to find their rhythm without him. His eventual return was met with high hopes, but his adjustment to the new environment proved to be a challenge. Thomas publicly expressed frustrations about the team dynamics, questioning how well they were working together. His comments reflected a growing tension within the locker room, as players were still trying to navigate their roles and responsibilities. The Cavaliers' inconsistency became a focal point as they approached the midway mark of the season. Despite LeBron's brilliance and the flashes of potential from the new additions, the team struggled to establish a cohesive identity. The combination of new players and a star returning from injury created a delicate balancing act that the Cavaliers needed to address. The challenges ahead would require not just talent, but also unity and commitment to overcome the hurdles that had begun to define their season. In the 1917 to 1918 regular season, the Golden State Warriors approached the year with a strategy focused on managing player health while still aiming for success. Stephen Curry faced significant challenges early on, as he missed 31 games due to recurring ankle issues. This absence forced the Warriors to adapt, relying on their depth and bench production more than ever. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green also dealt with minor injuries throughout the season, which further complicated the Warriors' efforts to build momentum. As the season unfolded, the Warriors maintained a solid record despite these setbacks. They finished with a mark of 58 wins and 24 losses, securing the second seed in the Western Conference behind the Houston Rockets. The team emphasized rest and careful management of minutes, especially for their star players. Coach Steve Kerr implemented a strategy that prioritized playoff readiness over regular season dominance, which allowed the team to conserve energy for the postseason. The Warriors' defense, a cornerstone of their previous success, slipped during the regular season, particularly when Curry was sidelined. They struggled to maintain the same level of defensive intensity that had defined their championship runs. Opponents took advantage of the Warriors' vulnerabilities, especially during stretches when key players were out. Even with these issues, the team still showcased moments of brilliance, demonstrating their ability to compete at a high level. Kerr leaned heavily on the bench, giving significant minutes to role players. This strategy provided valuable experience for younger players and depth contributors who would become essential during the playoffs. Players like Nick Young, Jordan Bell, and Kevin Looney stepped up, showcasing their skills in crucial moments throughout the season. The bench's development became a focal point as the Warriors prepared for the upcoming postseason. Despite the challenges, the Warriors remained focused on their ultimate goal, a return to the NBA Finals. Their approach during the regular season was deliberate, with a clear understanding that the true test lay ahead. As the playoffs approached, the Warriors aimed to regain their defensive prowess and ensure that their stars were healthy and ready to perform at their best when it mattered most. The emphasis on preparation and strategic rest set the tone for what they hoped would be another deep playoff run. In February of 2018, the Cleveland Cavaliers made a dramatic shift at the trade deadline, a move aimed at revitalizing a team that had struggled with chemistry and consistency. The Cavaliers traded away key players, including Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Dwayne Wade, and Derrick Rose. In return, they acquired Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr., Rodney Hood, and George Hill. This significant roster overhaul marked a new direction for the franchise, as they sought to inject youthful energy into a squad that had faltered in the previous months. The impact of these trades was immediate and palpable. New additions like Clarkson and Hood brought scoring prowess and versatility, while Nance provided athleticism and a dynamic presence in the front court. The Cavaliers began to play with a faster pace and improved ball movement, which had been lacking in their previous iterations. LeBron James, the team's stalwart leader, found a renewed sense of optimism as he adapted to the new roster. His on-court leadership was crucial in integrating the new players quickly. One of the most memorable moments following the trade came against the Minnesota Timberwolves. On February 7th, LeBron hit a dramatic buzzer beater to secure a victory, showcasing his ability to deliver in clutch situations, even amidst the transition. This game served as a statement, indicating that the Cavaliers were still a formidable force in the Eastern Conference despite the tumult of the previous months. As the season progressed, the Cavaliers began to find their rhythm. The chemistry on the court improved, with players becoming more comfortable in their roles. LeBron's ability to elevate the performance of his teammates shone through, as he averaged an impressive 34 points per game during this stretch. The Cavaliers finished the regular season with a record of 50 wins and 32 losses, securing the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. This was a significant achievement, considering the turmoil they had faced earlier in the season. LeBron James also accomplished a personal milestone, playing all 82 games for the first time in his career. This feat underscored his durability and commitment to the team, as he navigated the ups and downs of the season while maintaining a high level of performance. The Cavaliers entered the playoffs with a sense of renewed hope, having transformed their roster and regained momentum at a critical juncture. The changes initiated in February laid the groundwork for their playoff aspirations, setting the stage for a challenging but promising postseason run. In the spring of 2018, the Golden State Warriors faced a formidable challenge in the Western Conference Finals against the Houston Rockets. The playoffs had begun well for the Warriors, as they swept the San Antonio Spurs in the first round, winning 4-1, and then followed up by dispatching the New Orleans Pelicans with another 4-1 victory. With Stephen Curry back from injury, having missed significant time during the regular season, the Warriors were poised to make a deep run. Curry's presence reinvigorated the team, and his ability to stretch the floor was crucial as they moved into the Western Conference Finals. As the series against the Rockets unfolded, it became apparent that this matchup would be a test of wills. The Rockets, led by James Harden, had secured the top seed in the West and were known for their offensive firepower. The series swung back and forth, with the Rockets taking a pivotal 3-2 lead after a fierce Game 5. However, the momentum shifted dramatically when Chris Paul suffered a hamstring injury, casting doubt on Houston's ability to close out the series. In Game 6, the Warriors seized the opportunity. They delivered a commanding performance, winning by 29 points with a final score of 115-86. Klay Thompson was instrumental in this victory, scoring 35 points and draining 9 three-pointers, showcasing his shooting prowess. The Warriors' defense tightened, limiting the Rockets' offensive options and forcing turnovers at critical moments. This decisive win leveled the series at 3 games apiece, setting the stage for a dramatic Game 7. Game 7 took place in Houston, a hostile environment for the Warriors, yet they remained resolute. The game unfolded with intensity, and the Rockets jumped out to an early lead, putting the Warriors on the back foot. At one point, Golden State found themselves trailing by 15 points, and it seemed as though the Rockets might pull off the upset. However, the Warriors, known for their resilience, mounted a comeback. Kevin Durant led the charge with 34 points, while Stephen Curry contributed with 27 points and 9 assists. The duo's ability to score under pressure proved vital as they clawed their way back into the game. As the game progressed, the Rockets struggled to find their rhythm. They missed an astonishing 27 consecutive three-point attempts, a statistic that would haunt them in the aftermath. The Warriors took advantage, capitalizing on Houston's shooting woes and executing their game plan with precision. The tide turned in the fourth quarter, where Golden State's experience and composure shone through. They ultimately secured a hard-fought victory, winning the game 101-92. With this win, the Warriors advanced to the NBA Finals for the fourth consecutive year, a testament to their dominance in the league. The series against the Rockets had tested their mettle, but they emerged stronger and ready to face their next challenge. In the spring of 2018, LeBron James faced the monumental task of leading the Cleveland Cavaliers through an arduous playoff journey. In the first round, the Cavaliers matched up against the Indiana Pacers. The series was tightly contested, culminating in a decisive Game 7. In that pivotal game, LeBron produced a stunning performance, scoring 45 points, grabbing 9 rebounds, and dishing out 6 assists. His scoring prowess was on full display as he carried the Cavaliers to a 97-91 victory, securing their advancement to the next round. This win showcased not only LeBron's talent, but also his ability to elevate his game under pressure. Moving into the second round, the Cavaliers faced the Toronto Raptors. Cleveland dominated the series, sweeping Toronto in 4 games. The highlight came in Game 3, when LeBron delivered a thrilling buzzer-beater to clinch the game, finishing with a total of 38 points. His late-game heroics reinforced his reputation as one of the most clutch players in the league. The Cavaliers outscored the Raptors in each game, with LeBron consistently leading the charge. By the end of the series, Cleveland had established itself as a formidable force in the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference Finals pitted the Cavaliers against the Boston Celtics. This series proved to be another grueling battle, stretching to 7 games. In Game 7, LeBron played every minute, showcasing his incredible stamina and determination. He delivered a masterful performance, scoring 39 points, collecting 9 rebounds, and providing 14 assists. The Cavaliers emerged victorious with a final score of 87-89. LeBron's ability to perform at such a high level, while carrying the burden of the team's offensive output, was a testament to his greatness. Throughout the playoffs, he averaged 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game, while no other Cavalier player exceeded 15 points per game. This playoff run was a defining moment in LeBron's career, demonstrating not only his individual brilliance, but also his capacity to lead a team through adversity. The media hailed this stretch as one of LeBron's greatest feats, emphasizing how he willed the Cavaliers to victory, time and again, even when the odds seemed stacked against them. His performances became a storyline of resilience and determination, as he navigated the challenges of the playoffs with an unwavering focus on the ultimate goal, a return to the NBA Finals. In the spring of 2018, the NBA Finals opened with a highly anticipated clash between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game 1 took place at Oracle Arena, and the atmosphere was electric. LeBron James delivered an astonishing performance, scoring 51 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, and dishing out 8 assists. Despite his brilliance, the game ended in heartbreak for Cleveland. With the score tied at 100, J.R. Smith made a critical error, dribbling out the clock instead of attempting a shot or passing to an open teammate. This blunder allowed the game to go into overtime, where the Warriors capitalized on the moment. They won the game 113-100, putting Cleveland in a precarious position right from the start of the series. As the series shifted to Game 2, the Warriors continued to build momentum. They showcased their depth and offensive firepower, winning decisively 110-77. LeBron struggled to find his rhythm, scoring just 29 points. Golden State's defense stifled the Cavaliers, forcing turnovers and limiting their scoring opportunities. The Warriors' bench stepped up, contributing significantly to the win, and Draymond Green's defensive prowess was evident throughout the game. Game 3 took place in Cleveland, and the Cavaliers were desperate to turn the tide. LeBron once again rose to the occasion, scoring 43 points and keeping the game competitive. However, Kevin Durant had other plans. In a pivotal moment, Durant hit a dagger three-pointer over LeBron, sealing the game for the Warriors with a final score of 118-113. This shot not only highlighted Durant's scoring ability, but also emphasized the growing gap between the two teams. LeBron's efforts were monumental, but the lack of offensive support from his teammates proved costly. By the time the series reached Game 4, the Warriors were poised to complete the sweep. LeBron, still battling through fatigue and injuries, played with a broken hand, suffered after Game 1's devastating loss. Despite his injury, he managed to contribute significantly, but the Cavaliers could not overcome the Warriors' relentless attack. The final score of the series was a testament to Golden State's dominance, as they secured the championship with a 4-0 sweep. Kevin Durant was awarded his second consecutive Finals MVP, further solidifying his place in the narrative of this fierce rivalry. The series marked the end of an era, as the Warriors established themselves as the dominant force in the NBA. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, faced an uncertain future, with LeBron's injury and the challenges of rebuilding looming large. In July of 2018, LeBron James made a significant decision that would send shockwaves throughout the NBA. He signed a 4-year contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, marking the end of his tenure with the Cleveland Cavaliers. This move was not just a change of scenery for LeBron, it symbolized a new chapter in his career and a shift in the landscape of the league. LeBron's departure left a gaping hole in the Cavaliers' roster and further complicated the team's future. As the Cavaliers began to grapple with the loss of their star player, they faced additional challenges. Kevin Love, who had been a critical piece of the team, struggled with injuries and could not stay healthy. The Cavaliers entered a rebuilding phase, looking to reshape their roster and find a new identity without LeBron. The franchise was tasked with finding the right pieces to move forward, and the road ahead was uncertain. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors were basking in the glory of their recent success. With 3 championships in 4 years, they solidified their status as a dynasty in the league. The team had established a winning culture and a style of play that was emulated by many. Kevin Durant, who had joined the Warriors in the summer of 2016, played a pivotal role in their success, but questions about his future loomed large. The Warriors enjoyed the spoils of their victories, but the narrative surrounding them began to shift. While they celebrated their accomplishments, the league was beginning to see a new balance of power. The Cavaliers, once a formidable rival, were in a state of flux. The dynamic of the league was changing, and the Warriors were at the center of that transformation. In the aftermath of the rivalry, the Warriors had emerged victorious, with a finals record of 3 wins to 1 loss, against the Cavaliers over their 4 encounters. The competitive landscape of the NBA was evolving, with new teams and players emerging to challenge Golden State's dominance. The rivalry that had captivated fans and defined a generation of basketball was coming to an end, and the implications of this shift would be felt for years to come. As the summer of 2018 unfolded, the Warriors and Cavaliers found themselves on divergent paths. The Warriors were poised to maintain their championship pedigree, while the Cavaliers were tasked with rebuilding a team that had once been a perennial contender. The end of this rivalry marked a significant moment in NBA history, altering the balance and setting the stage for the future of the league.